Insert in.
Welcome to Let's Get Podcast, episode 28. So we're going back to the future to present you with a podcast lost episode that we recorded a year ago, but we were only able to record about a half hour of it or so before it cut out. So we're re-recording it, and I'm going to throw that stuff as extra at the very end. But I'm your host. My name's Eric, and your usual co-host is not here today. Andrew had kids with flu, and he's getting sick, so he's not here. But I am here with a virtual room full of people. We got Rick V of, well, I don't know if I want to say anything in particular because you do a whole lot of stuff. What would you say you're of?
Wait, you say we got to go back to 2017 to record a podcast again?
Good impression. Gigawatts?
1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah. So Rick, what are you of?
Let's talk about the video game things that I do. I do this show called Runtime with my friend Matt Wissick, who was on the last podcast. It's called Runtime. It's shot at a cable access station. It looks like a cable access show purposely. We had Box Brown on playing Tetris for a long time. If you don't know him, he wrote a book about Tetris and a book about Andre the Giant and a book about Andy Kaufman. I
like all those things.
A cohort in the Yokoi Kids Collective, which is basically a Game Boy of the Month club. Can drop in wherever the hell they want about Game Boy games, and we'll post it because we want to all play the same game at the same time. And currently, it's Quirk. I'll talk more about it later. Bye.
Man, you nailed it. All right, cool. So we're also joined by Ryan, aka I know him as Fulio 1990.
That's right.
Of basically hanging out, and I mean, we used to play Xbox Live Arcade together, and yeah. Did you have anything to plug?
Not really. I mean, I put some random YouTube videos up every now and then that usually could be anything, and that's about it.
All right, cool. We can totally pit it. Oh wait, I'll put it in the description. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna put this on YouTube. I forgot. We got Johnny Ketchum of Invisible Cat Patrol, and also Victory Fanfare.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fair enough.
No,
it totally is. I mean, Victory Fanfare is the most all right thing I've probably done.
Most all right thing you've done?
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's not awesome. Great, but it's all right.
Well, what's not great is that the podcast episodes don't keep working for whatever reason. We keep recording them and having technical problems because there's one going on right now for the God Hand one we did, right?
Yes. Which is very obnoxious.
Sorry about it. Well, we're having technical problems on this episode, so I can totally understand. So we also have DavoBanjo of Nerd Life Texas.
Yeah, TX. Nerd Life TX.
Oh, TX. Okay. We recorded this a year ago. I was just listening to it, and you said Nerd Life Texas, and now it's Nerd Life TX. They dropped the EAS.
Same fucking thing.
Same fucking thing.
Well, if somebody puts in Nerd Life Texas, it may take them to something else besides Nerd Life TX.
Oh, my.
Well, I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
It immediately goes to Dirty Mind.
We are human.
All right. Cool. Did I get everyone's stuff?
Yes.
Cool. All right. So I guess next we normally do what you been. What are you drinking? I'm pretty much saving the theme stuff for the end of this episode when I do the last half hour that we recorded a year ago. I have no theme in particular. I just have some beers here. So I'm drinking 2 beers by Odell. One is Easy Street, something wheat. I don't know. And then I'm drinking Settled Down Brown. It's brown ale, obviously. Then I got Ballast Point Sour Wench, which is a blackberry ale. I like sour, but this one's kind of fruity. It's not my favorite sour. And then I also have a Samuel Adams Sam 76, and it's got a nice flavor. It's kind of I mean, it's not an IPA, but it's got some of those hoppy flavors in there, so it's pretty good. So what are you drinking, Rick?
So I actually went to the cola store down the street from my house. I don't drink. I'm not a beerman. I did almost pick up for the theme a cream soda that had a B on it. And what is the first Namco game? I forgot it already. But I ended up getting GB. Yeah, it doesn't look very good. But I ended up getting Fentiman's botanically brewed traditional cherry cola. It's got cherry flavors with a bit of ginger and herbal extracts. Pac-Man hits them cherries. Bing, clink. That's it.
All right. He does eat cherries in that game.
It smells really good. Good.
We're having a live tasting. What does it taste like? Cherries?
Tastes like this soda, they have a thing called Curiosity Cola, which just tastes like cola with a lot of ginger in it. But this tastes kind of like that with a lot of cherry in it. I like it. Sold.
Cherry and ginger. Nice. What are you drinking, Ryan?
I'm drinking some water, 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen.
Oh.
And it's a lot of Namco games to have water in it, so I'm just trying to spice it up, you know.
That works. I like the chemical breakdown of what you're drinking. That's good.
We found out that that chemical compound is actually wrong for water very recently.
God damn it!
You're drinking acid. Oops.
Totally made that up.
What are you drinking, Johnny Ketchum?
Well, I thought last year I was probably drinking something dumb like PBR.
Probably.
So, yeah, most likely. So this year I'm drinking a Pinot Noir.
Oh,
class it up.
Yeah, and that's made with fruits, which again, Pac-Man eats them. So
yeah,
waka waka waka.
Yeah. Stay tuned till the end to find out what Johnny Ketchum was drinking a year ago. That'll be fascinating.
Yeah.
DavoBanjo, what are you drinking? Oops.
I ain't drinking nothing.
Oh man, no, come on. You have to at least drink water. I mean,
join the water club.
Oh, I forgot my water.
All right, well.
I'm drinking water.
It's okay, good. Okay, I was gonna say drying that DavoBanjo mouth is gonna make you sound not nice on the podcast, but all right, there's your drinking portion, man. All right, what you been eating? You know, so I'll go ahead and start off while you guys think about what you've been eating. Something interesting you've eaten. I don't know. I've been eating those nacho cheese fries from Taco Bell. Those aren't bad. I think they're pretty good. They got the taco seasoning on the fries. Not bad.
I think I had a bad batch. They weren't that good when I had them.
Maybe give it another shot.
They were like super soft, like they weren't done or something.
Oh no, that's normal. That's how they are.
Ugh, that's terrible.
I don't want any flaccid fries.
They give my fries some Viagra.
Rock hard.
Yeah, I mean, which would be worse if it was like rock hard? You know, I don't know if I want that kind of fry either. Somewhere in the middle.
Jesus.
So yeah, what have you been eating, Rick? Oh, I forgot to mention for Rick. I've been eating. I also tried a baby harp seal very recently, and that was pretty good. Just kidding.
Oh my God.
Well, on the last episode of the podcast, I said I tried whale, and yeah, just to be interesting, and it was. I feel bad about it still, so I'm really sorry about it. Okay, just kidding. Sorry. What you been eating, Rick?
This might sound boring to you folks, but there's this cookbook series called what's it called? Thug Kitchen, where it's just like vegan recipes, but it's all like tough and it's all made from really cheap stuff. Pound that fucking ginger in there and like just it's very weirdly written.
Nice.
I made mac and cheese with the sauce was made from potatoes and carrots like stewed for a while then blended. Made burritos with like butternut squash in them. Also really good. And today I went to the Mexican food place, poblanos, which is like stuffed poblano peppers with cheese, and the cheese is ice cold. And I think I'm probably going to get food poisoning in 2 days.
Sorry about it.
Yeah.
I think your mic is kind of cutting it. Is anyone else Getting the,
Yeah.
I think
Nothing
you might need
that
to
I said.
get the mic
Right up-
to your
Right up
mouth.
in my face.
Get the
it in
mic
Yeah,
nice.
right up in your face. Sorry,
How's
I kind of
that?
got the gist of what you were saying, but
I'll get a short version. I ate some vegan stuff and today I ate some non-vegan stuff, and I think it's gonna make me sick in 2 days because it wasn't cooked.
He's gonna be pooping.
Oops.
Yeah.
So, are you vegan or are you just eating vegan at the time?
I don't eat meat. I haven't eaten meat in years upon years. But I just eat I like eating vegan things, but I'm not vegan. I even hate the word vegan, but making it. Nice to make and nice to eat. It's cheese is delicious, but also I don't need to eat it all the time.
I just probably shouldn't eat it that much myself.
Really good, but yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I've heard vegan cheese is not very good. Is that accurate?
You got to make it right, or you got to find the right kind or cook it right. But it's a lot better than it was 15 years ago.
Cool. What you been eating, Ryan?
Kind of on the same vegan train there. Tried to not eat just purely for health reasons. But yeah, I just make like random things, stir fry spaghetti, like chili and random shit that doesn't have meat or dairy in it.
Nice.
Check it out.
I did do a vegan kick there for like a week, and I couldn't do it. I had to do so much meal prep and planning and stuff. It was hard to find the correct things that were proper.
You find the right things and it clicks.
Get into a routine. Yeah. I don't know. And I was like, oh, I'm so tired and like not energy. I tried to make sure I got all the right stuff, but apparently I didn't, because I was just like, I'm tired. I don't think I can keep doing it. I did not. So that's my bad. I did not. Okay. Find it. I did not. Okay, Johnny Ketchup, what have you been eating?
I guess so. Yeah. I've been eating HelloFresh. You know, they're like a food delivery service. Yeah, it is an ad. Plug right in here. Give me some free HelloFresh, please. It's expensive as hell.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
But yeah, girlfriend's vegetarian, so lots of vegetable meals.
This is the worst what you've been eating ever.
Well, I feel kind of shitty because like I was talking about eating whale in the last episode. I'm just like feel like
okay. Wait till I go.
Okay, well that's DavoBanjo. Then what have you been?
Yeah,
I had some big old fat juicy grease burgers.
Wait, what?
So I've been having some big old greasy hamburgers.
Oh,
we've got a lot of good taquerias in Waco. In Waco, those are good. You got a lot of those.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Taquerias.
What do you have?
Taquerias, yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of those. But no, I recently tried an In-N-Out burger. You guys have those?
Oh yeah,
I want to.
We got those.
Man.
Oh, nice.
It's like it's a delicious burger.
Yeah, they're gonna have they're gonna bring it to Colorado Springs, I hear. So my girlfriend's really excited. That's her favorite burger ever, and we go to Vegas. We always try that and stuff. I think it's a good one. I just think it's a little overrated. I think it's good. It's just not that good.
Well, because we have Whataburgers down here, and they're real good too. But I was like, man, that's almost as good as a Whataburger.
Somebody was hissing.
Is there still that that weird that the Whataburger commercials still have that guy who sounds like he's chewing while he's talking?
Ew.
They play the what? Sorry, what?
What you cut out?
Everybody's cutting out.
Shit.
What? Am I cutting out?
Yeah.
No, you sound great.
So DavoBanjo, do they still have the commercial where the guy sounds like he's chewing while he's talking?
I don't know. I don't watch TV, so I don't know.
That sounds horrible.
Well,
Whataburger commercials.
That does sound like a
local
terrible
TV.
commercial.
The guy in the commercials used to be like, "Welcome to Whataburger, where everyone is the meatiest meat man that's ever been meated."
I think the last one I saw he was.
Like,
That
I think I can hear how much you weigh when you're doing that.
Yeah, that's like the most Texas thing I've ever heard. Like just the commercial.
Bad.
Like
This
bread,
bad I went to,
throw that bread between two pieces and put it in your mouth.
It's not as bad as when I went to Denver and that guy said, "Welcome to Denver, Colorado."
Oh,
Colorado. Hey,
Thanks
don't
a
base
lot,
Colorado
Hiccup
off
Looper.
a Hiccup Looper.
Yeah,
It's
don't.
worse.
He's gonna be leaving here in November anyway. So he's also trying to chase away Amazon. Amazon wants to set up down in Denver. He's like, oh, you don't want to do that. It's so expensive. It's like, what the hell?
Get it.
Someone is brushing their teeth with the mic presently.
No, sorry, I lost my mic.
Okay.
My mic was not nice.
My mic was not nice, so I got rid of it.
My bad.
Cool. Well, okay, now going back, sorry, I'm just kind of fixated on this thing now. So Rick, did it sound like he had food in his mouth? Was that the
That's what it sounds like to me. Is he's just it's like
This is
your washer when you're going on a night. It's a little bigger. Where's that?
Is it possible to fit a square peg into a round hole? Well, if that square peg is Whataburger's patty melt, and that round hole is your kisser, you betcha. The Whataburger Patty Melt is back. 2 patties, jack cheese, creamy pepper sauce, and grilled onions on Texas toast.
What a burger!
Just like you like it.
Like, McGruff. It sounds like McGruff the crime dog if he was chewing.
That's my nephew Scruff reading that comic book.
Improving my mind.
Give me your magic zapper and I'll improve your mind.
Hey, that's me.
Look inside. It's about the adventures you have coming home from school.
Uh-oh.
It gives tips on what to do about bullies, finding drugs, or trouble on the bus. And it shows what happens to Scruff.
What happens? What happens?
You'll see. For your free copy, write McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652, and help me take a bite out of crime.
What happens? What happens?
McGruff the crime dog.
Take a
nice
bite
little
of burgers.
Whataburger.
Would you like a Whataburger?
Wow. That sounds horrible. Pretty much any stock sound of people eating is just the most disgusting thing to me ever, because they'll just do an audio thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, this thing. I'm like, ew, fucking gross.
So correct.
Whatever.
Whenever my daughter will drink out of a water bottle, you can hear it, and she's like, "Bleh, bleh, bleh," and I'm like, stop it.
Oh, man.
You don't need to use your vocal cords to drink.
You gotta keep them rolling. You gotta keep the vocal cords rolling.
I think she does it on purpose just because she knows we don't like it.
Oh,
Yeah.
He started something.
Oh,
If Andrew was here, he'd put his gullet right on the mic and just be like, anyway.
Oh, dear.
So let's talk about what you've been playing. So personally, I've been playing Mystical Ninja games because I just reviewed Mystical Ninja Starring Goemon. Hoping to do Going with Great Adventure.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
Oh,
Don't
shit,
talk
damn
about
it. Now
it.
I can't. I fucked up. All right.
Okay,
So, and just playing Pokemon Go, they released a whole bunch of new shit. So checking it out. Dan, that's it for me. How about you, Rick V?
I've been playing. This is a true story. I've been playing Goemon's Great Adventure because there's one level that I haven't gotten able to get past in over a year.
Which one?
Scary level, like the last level of this. I guess like the spooky level.
Yes.
It's so fucking hard, and
I just did it today. Holy shit.
That's a hard. I've been trying for a year off and on, and I don't want to give up on that game because it's really fun. But that one level, just the part where you have to start jumping over the walls, are coming up. That I always die there, and my blood pressure goes through the roof.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
That's really rough. What was that?
Little baby.
Some DA.
That was my daughter. Sorry.
I'd
How
have
about
kids.
water?
Fine.
And
And
not on this podcast.
I've been
Oh,
No
hang
kids
on.
allowed.
playing Bomberman
Oh, nice.
and Quirk.
Yeah.
This is for the Game Boy. And roller games for Nintendo.
Oh, cool. Nice.
The end.
Cool. What have you been playing, Ryan?
Oh, I recently picked up the Shadow of the Colossus on PS4. Been playing that a bit.
Oh, that new one came out.
Yeah, it's it's more Shadow of the Colossus. It plays the same and just looks great and everything. It's a good if you like that game. And then I've been a bunch of my friends and I have been going back and playing Diablo 2.
Oh, wow.
Jamming through that, and that's been a blast.
Getting click crazy.
Yeah, broken mice everywhere.
Cool.
That's about it lately, really.
Sweet. What have you been playing, Johnny?
Yeah, I shouldn't talk about what I've been playing.
Mm-mm. Does it have an AO rating?
No. It's just it's Madden.
Shame.
Oh shit!
Hang on,
You're
I'll
off
be
the
right back.
podcast.
Is that even
I'll
a
edit
game?
like Madden. Sorry. I'm sorry. Dude, I'm addicted to MUT challenges. It's a problem. But I
MUT
do want to
challenge?
play yeah, it's this stupid thing in there. It's dumb.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's stupid and addicting. It really is. But yeah, I want to play more Shadow of the Colossus, so I want to get that.
Do it.
But
Yeah, I got to check it out.
yeah, I was going to today, but yeah, I decided I'll wait until I have time to play.
Yeah, I played the PS2 one a little bit. I bought the HD remaster or whatever for PS3. Never played it. So I think I've beaten all of a couple of them back in the PS2 days and never went back. And I really, really want to.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing for the podcast next, actually, because
I thought of that too.
yeah, I love that game so much. So yeah, yeah, I think that'll be the next game for sure because I want to play it again.
Awesome. I want to play it. DavoBanjo, what have you been playing?
I've been on a Final Fantasy kick lately. I started playing. I've had Final Fantasy 15 for like 2 years, and I just now started playing it.
Oh,
yeah. And, I started that game up for a second, and then I stopped and played Madden instead.
and I mean,
you got a problem.
And I like it. I mean, it's good, but then like I've been playing it, and like the first 5 or 6 chapters, it's all open world. You can do whatever. But once you get to a certain chapter, it's like forcing you to keep playing the story. And I'm like, no, I don't want to play the story right now. I want to go back and do this. And I'm just like, ugh. And the story is so similar to like Final Fantasy VI. It started pissing me off because it's like it has the Magitech armor in it, which was kind of cool. And I was like, oh, Magitech, like Final Fantasy VI. That's kind of cool. And then you get to a certain spot and it goes into the world of ruin, and I'm like, man, that's just like Final Fantasy VI. I'm like, man, fuck this. I'm like, how about just play Final Fantasy VI?
Fair enough.
So I stopped playing that. and then I started playing Final Fantasy 12, which was the remake on PS4. So I was playing it, and the voice acting is getting on my nerves. I mean, it's a good game. But like every time the people speak, I'm just like, oh, can I turn this shit off? So I stopped playing that. And so I went back and played Final Fantasy IV, which is like my all-time favorite Final Fantasy. But I'm playing it's Final Fantasy IV, the complete edition on the PSP or whatever. And so it's got like Final Fantasy IV, and then it's got the After Years that they came out with on the Wii. Remember that? No?
Yes.
What was that? Did somebody just fart?
Yeah,
that was exactly what you thought it was. Sorry. I mean, I had to do it, and I was like, well, I can either try not to do it, or I can just let it rip.
That was awesome.
Thanks for the fart.
I would say that instead of being grossed out, just thanks for the fart.
Like really passive aggressive. Hey, thanks for the fart.
Yeah.
That's weird. Like, hey, thanks for the fart, buddy.
Hey, wow. Thanks for the
I
fart.
appreciate that.
Doing that for me.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay.
DavoBanjo.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy Foy. Boy, we can't call it 4 on this podcast.
Foy. Final Fantasy Foy.
There we go.
But no, on the Wii they came out with Final Fantasy IV: The After Years, which is like the same people, but it was like 30 years later or something like that. They had kids and all that, and they did a whole collection of it on the PSP. But I'm kind of emulating it through my computer, so because I don't like handheld gaming, I like to be able to see it on a screen. I'm weird.
Nothing wrong with that.
But
a handheld game is still on a screen.
Big screen.
On a big screen because my old ass eyes. How about that?
I'm not that old.
Probably
very nice eyes. I'm assuming they're very nice eyes.
I've been told they're very pretty. Thank you.
They're like
your eyes.
of mana or something.
But no, I wish they would. I mean, because they redid it and everything, and it looks really good and it sounds really good because they redid the music. I'm like, why can't they just redo this on the PS4 or whatever?
Oh man, Final Fantasy IV on that PS4 shit.
On the PS4 shit. But yeah, that's all I've been playing. And some Wizards and Warriors.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Wizards and Warriors, man, after your own heart.
But I saw, did you see Reno play it on Game Center?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, he played it, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to play that now. Because I played it way back, and I never understood what to do. And then I started watching him, and I'm like, oh, there's keys for the different treasure chests. Okay. And then, oh, you got to get so many diamonds to open the way. Okay. So I kind of
played it on the first one?
Yeah.
That little book. Wizards and Warriors.
What little book? Did it come in my emulator?
The Wizards and Warriors. What is that called? The Worlds of Power book. Where Kuros, our hero, pals around with a teenage boy as his squire.
Oh.
Currently in the book, they just skateboarded on some bubbles.
Wow. That's weird.
It's acceptable now.
Cool. All right, so let's
guys.
just podcast. No, I don't know. I don't know. It's just like suddenly silence. I was like, oh, I guess we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Sorry. Okay, my bad. Skateboarding on bubbles. I think that's the name of this podcast.
That's nothing
Really
to do with
weird.
Namco.
Yeah, that's right. It never has to do with it, nothing when I put it on there. So,
Oh, good.
so this podcast we're talking about not only Namco, but we're also talking about Nakamura Masaya because he passed away just over a year ago when we recorded this. And this podcast was actually brought to you by Rick V because he contacted me and he said, "I'm sure you get a ton of these, but here's some suggestions for the podcast." And you know what? I don't get any suggestions for the podcast. So I was like, they were very welcome to be received. And the first one that he mentioned was since Nakamura Masaya had just passed away, he said maybe do a Namco episode, which we did a year ago. And after a half hour, despite multiple people recording, it actually only recorded about a half hour and then it was gone. So we're re-recording it and we've got Rick V on this time. So that works really well. So thanks for suggesting that.
And now I constantly email Eric with suggestions for the podcast.
That's fine. That's fine. Hey, you got it back out of nothing because I was doing nothing and you're like, hey, Wizards and Warriors podcast. I'm like, sure. Why not? Let's do it.
Sure thing, stranger.
Well, not really stranger. I mean, you sent me a personal letter telling me that my hair was okay, and I took that to heart. So.
It's framed.
So, I actually do have it downstairs. It's in one of my display cases. It's just that hilarious letter that I got. So I tell people that all the time.
A long discussion with Ian about that, actually.
Your podcast is good. Your videos are good. Your hair is okay.
It's
true. It's you should see like every video that I do. I have like footage of me fucking around with my hair, and then I speed it up. So I sped a video of me fucking with my hair again. So I just don't put it in there anymore. So I kind of this is kind of a weird thing for this podcast to do because I don't know if you guys realize this, but this is a really dumb podcast. So to talk about someone who passed away and someone who was really important, it kind of needs a bit of a change in tone because, that's totally not acceptable. But I kind of put together some stuff that I had read on Wikipedia a year ago. And I was thinking since we did that last time, maybe I'd start with that. And then if anyone wanted to chime in, they could do that. I don't know. Do you remember the discussion a year ago, gentlemen?
Totally.
No.
Okay, then let's not do that. So I don't know. I got some stuff and feel free to chime in, but I'll just kind of start with that. But Nakamura Masaya was the founder of Namco and he died January 22nd, 2017. He was 91. He was called the father of Pac-Man because he founded the company that spawned Pac-Man, even though technically it was Toru Iwatani that was the actual creator of Pac-Man. Still one of the highest grossing arcade games worldwide, earning $3.5 billion by 1990. Pretty crazy. Or $7.68 billion adjusted for 2016 inflation, which, by the way, this is 2018 now. We recorded this a while ago. So he had said that he didn't think it was ever going to be this big, but Nakamura is considered to be one of the first to identify potential screen addiction, he called it, due to how much younger people would play Pac-Man in his company's other games, which was kind of interesting because, back then, identifying that, this is an addiction, which, totally could be, I suppose. credited as one of the instrumental people behind Japan's video game industry. So put him on the map. There's like a howling ghost in the background or something.
Yeah, there it
I don't
is.
know what it is. We'll move on. and then a gulp of water. Okay, so DavoBanjo's daughter got on real quick, and she drank some water. I'm going to stop there. Anybody have other things to say about it? Because I heard you guys were researching.
I wasn't researching.
Yeah, I would say that Namco made a lot of very beautiful looking games in the early days. Actually, it looks like they went for like how they looked opposed to how they played. My point is trying to make is a lot of early Namco games. You look at them side by side with a bunch of other games. They look a lot nicer. They're a lot nicer to look at than most other. Even Nintendo. Nintendo still had kind of a bland thing going on. Have you seen that Nintendo game?
Shut your mouth.
1970s Nintendo games. For the one called like Monkey Face or some shit like that, which actually was a ripoff of a Namco game, which is a ripoff of GB.
ABGB?
It looks bad, but the Namco games, the early Namco games, late 70s Namco games actually have a lot of color to them and look very pretty.
I like pretty games.
Pretty.
Did anyone else have anything that they wanted to say about Nakamoto Masaya?
He made kids rides, was it?
Yeah.
Before
that was so weird to me.
Yeah. He like put one on a roof or something, and it was super popular or something.
Yeah.
That's about all I got.
Yeah, no, I mean that was the start of the company. So I guess kind of continuing where I was at, it's he graduated from Yokohama Institute of Technology in 1948. You guys are getting a history lesson right now. Having studied, of all things, shipbuilding, which is crazy to me. So Shipbuilder created this company, which he founded in 1955 as Nakamoto Manufacturing. And like you said, he started running children's rides on the roof of a department store in Yokohama.
That's right.
Is it Mitsukoshi or something like that? I don't know. So after the company expanded throughout Tokyo, the company had the name changed to Namco, which stands for Nakamura Amusement Machine Manufacturing Company. So it's not two M's, but one M, and then CO standing for the CO company. Yeah. Eventually became the third largest video game developing entity in Japan during the 1970s and 80s. And Nakamura led Namco to manage a chain of now defunct theme parks across Japan, which is also very cool. Kind of makes me think of like the creator of, which we'll talk about later, Katamari Damashi. He actually went on to create parks, which is just kind of awesome and crazy. But after Namco bought the film studio Nikatsu in 1993, Nakamoto became involved in film production and was credited as executive producer on a number of Nikatsu movies. So this is all kind of crazy and not related to video games, but stepped down as Namco's CEO in 2002. Man, I got a lot of information here. Sorry. September 29, 2005, Namco and Bandai merged, and Nakamoto was awarded the Order of the Rising Sun, gold raised with rosette by the Japanese government in 2007 for his contributions to Japanese industry. Nakamoto was part of the inaugural inductees into the International Video Game Hall of Fame in Ottumwa, Iowa? Ottumwa? I guess that's how you say that. It's Ottumwa, Iowa. I don't know how to say that. That's in America, and I can't pronounce it. But the arcade game Pac-Man was also inducted to the Hall of Fame during these events, which coincided with the celebration of the 30th anniversary of the game's release. In January 2014, became Bandai Namco Games and Bandai Namco Entertainment on April 1st, 2015. But it wasn't a joke. It wasn't an April Fool's joke. That was for reals. I made that same joke a year ago. I don't know if you remember. And he was 91 when he passed away in January 22nd, 2017. So just over a year ago, and shortly after that, we recorded the podcast. Holy cow!
Yeah,
so
February.
That is my deal. But sorry, I just went on that huge thing. I just had all that stuff, so I wanted to kind of get the juices flowing with that. Does anybody have any more things to say about Nakamoto Masaya?
About the earlier games, opposed to talking about the man.
Totally.
Wasn't he on? Didn't Areno interview him? I know he went to Namco before.
Yeah.
Didn't they have something to do with with their game, the Gaming Center CX games?
I don't No, honestly.
I
I remember him going
thought
to
they did for
Namco.
the
That was
first
really
one.
cool. But, or did he talk to Torugi with Tani? I don't know.
I can't remember. I know he went to Namco, but I don't think he talked to. I think he talked to somebody else, like in charge of development or something. I'm trying to remember. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I don't remember either. But that was an awesome episode. He played One Panic in the lobby. That was very cool.
Yeah. That's what.
Anyone else on the man before we get to the games?
Nope.
I kind of said it all. I'm really sorry.
Mhm.
It just I thought it was important to cover all that because it's thanks to him that we have all these awesome games. So let's talk about Namco games. I'll just open it up. I was kind of hoping to start with everyone's first Namco game they remember playing, if possible.
Maybe.
Mine was Pac-Man.
Everyone's gonna say Pac-Man. Yeah. So Pac-Man. Rick.
Yeah, that's
I never played
Miss
Pac-Man
Pac-Man?
until recently. Yeah.
Miss
What?
Pac-Man. Cool.
Never Pac-Man until very.
mine was probably Pac-Man. I can't think of what else it would have been.
It'd be so long ago.
Was Galaga?
Yeah.
Was Galaga Namco?
Yes.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yep.
Okay. It was
I
either
can't remember
that
which
or
one
it
it
was
was.
either Galaga or Pac-Man.
Was Centipede?
No.
No, it wasn't. Right, that's right. Duh. I was,
Uh,
and I thought about that last time because I think what I talked about last year was playing games on my computer, but I believe because that was Atari, and actually it ended up being not Atari games but ColecoVision games that I played. Yeah.
How about you, Ryan?
Yeah, mine was Pac-Man, and it was on a cocktail cabinet at a Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Those are sweet.
Very cool.
When
I
I
think,
for
was,
me, I would
they
say
had one. They had one in the Pizza Hut I used to go to or something.
Yeah.
I would say it would have to be Pac-Man for me as well. I don't clearly remember. It's kind of a silly question since I can't even answer accurately myself. But I guess like as kids, you'd be anywhere and there'd be arcades all over the place. And I could have been anywhere, like a convenience store or wherever, and there'd be an arcade and just like, hey, can I play this game or whatever? So I'm not sure what it was, but yeah, probably Pac-Man. I do have a very clear memory of playing Mappy way back.
I hate Mappy.
I hate you. On a cocktail cabinet at a restaurant. So just like cool memories with that. But yeah, okay. That's it. I'll just open the floor because I've talked a lot.
when I was a baby boy, when I was like 6, I got a Atari 7200. Way late in the game, like when it wasn't a thing anymore. Really cool because everyone had a Nintendo and I had this other thing for it. Oh no, sorry, I had Galaga for it and I played that all the time. Really wanted Miss Pac-Man for the Atari 7800. Like telling my dad I'd clean the entire house if he got it for me. And I thought it was like this huge deal. I thought it was this like very expensive thing he had to get. I said, okay, you earned Miss Pac-Man. And we went to the pawn shop where he was buying them for $1 each. He let me pick out a couple of games.
I cleaned the whole house for this shit.
For $3?
But I'm sure you were happy to have it.
I really liked Galaga. Galaga was the thing I played the most on that Atari 7800 as a Weeman.
Cool. As a Weeman.
As a Weeman.
Yeah, I remember I actually not inherited. I guess my cousin decided he didn't want his Atari anymore. Was it an Atari? In any case, I went to back in the day. Remember when all the Atari games were just being sold for, like you were talking about, like for like $1. And I went to, it was like the equivalent of a dollar store, and they just had a big box full of all these games.
Yeah.
And I remember most of the games I was pulling out were those familiar ones that were ported from arcades, like Pac-Man, and we just talked about it, Galaga, those kinds of games. So yeah, totally. Those were the ones that I really wanted to play, but then it didn't work. So yeah, I've got a memory of that. The whole system didn't work.
So he just gave you his junk.
Yeah, that's funny. Actually,
what a dick.
Can we just talk about Pac-Man for a minute?
Yes.
Go for it.
You guys ever notice that he looks like a piece of pizza with a piece of pizza missing?
He does look like that. He does. And actually, I had read that was the story. I had said that in a couple videos actually, and I had read that in a book, the Ultimate Video Game History book. And it was in there. and it was, Toru Iwatani was quoted as saying something like that. And then I put it in the video game years, and I don't know if you've seen this episode, but it's one of the few episodes that Gaming Historian came on, and like it has me saying, "Hey, yeah, they took away a piece of pizza," and then there's Pac-Man, and he comes in, he's like, "That's actually not true," and goes on to explain that was like some anecdotal thing. I mean, something that Toru Iwatani later went back and said, "No, that's actually not really exactly how it came about." It was like, I think it was because they were trying to come up with a game to market to females, and they were like, "Oh, it just has to be about a game about eating," and I don't know, something like that.
This is a serious question. Do Japanese people even eat pizza?
Totally. It's just extremely expensive. Like anything that you want over there. I mean, like a pizza, and they're not even big pizzas, but like $30 for a pizza is probably about right.
Dang.
It's expensive, but they do have Pizza Hut over there, and that it's just very expensive. They put stuff on pizza they put stuff on pizza that you wouldn't think to put on there. That corn is very popular to put on there.
And octopus.
Yeah, well, probably.
Corn.
Yeah. But I know corn is the one that kind of sticks out for me. It's like, that's kind of a weird thing to put on pizza. I'm not against it. I would try it, but
Corn, the band, putting
they
on
put
pizza.
it on pizza.
Could I get my pizza topped with
Oh wait, that might be a different band. The one I'm thinking.
That's definitely a
What?
twist.
No, that's both of those are definitely corn.
Oh, I was thinking.
Oh yeah, that's Disturbed.
There you
Down
go.
with the sickness.
Disturbed. Yep, my bad.
Or,
Disturbed. Damn.
Don't put that song in here.
Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let it flow into me. Why can't you just fuck up and die? Get down with the sickness.
I've been thinking about stupid. I've been telling my girlfriend I keep thinking about those weird U.S. Navy commercials with Godsmack. With that song that just begins like. Wah.
Why should you consider getting an education in the Navy? This is one of your classrooms. Navy, accelerate your life.
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know why I keep thinking about those and just being like, I don't know, those U.S. Navy commercials actually did something to me.
Did you want to join after watching that?
I think so. Godsmack really puts the America in me.
Wow, the America. That's funny. My dad actually has a Godsmack album.
Oh yeah,
he's very hip. He likes a lot of like metal and really cool stuff. He actually went. I don't know if I mentioned this, but he went to a Venetian Snares concert with me, which was really cool of him. I don't know. You wouldn't picture someone my dad's age listening to that, I suppose, Like, I don't really know anything about Godsmack, but Gogsmack? Yeah, Gogsmack done. So, Pac-Man, my bad.
No worries.
Man dominated everything because I never played Pac-Man. Like, obviously, like an Atari and stuff, but I never played a Pac-Man cabinet until recently.
Off the podcast.
Really? No, do you folks see Miss Pac-Man cabinets compared to Pac-Man cabinets?
I don't know. It's almost 50-50, I want to say. Maybe it's more in Miss Pac-Man's favor.
Nice.
I would say okay. Yeah, I would agree with that, I guess, because I do see Miss Pac-Man more often. I know the barcade by my house, they have Miss Pac-Man and not Pac-Man. And actually another barcade that I know of in town has Miss Pac-Man and not Pac-Man. So yeah, I see Miss Pac-Man around a lot more.
Like when we went to the one up, like there was the one up on Colfax over there. They had the Miss Pac-Man, and that was the favorite for sure because the original Pac-Man is good, but of course Miss Pac-Man it went a step further and it was a lot faster. Yeah, it was really, like that was the one to compete for points on for sure.
Buy a cabinet for like $200 most times. It's a very cheap cabinet, so it's like that's why it's everywhere. And Pac-Man cabinets, people probably collect those, I'm assuming, and they hold on to them and they keep them hidden. The impact of
keep that creepy cracked out Pac-Man hidden.
Oh, it's so bad.
Then they resurfaced the is it the right word to like they took the Pac-Man cabinets and turned them into Miss Pac-Man cabinets.
Did they?
Didn't know that. It sounds like something they would do.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong 3 and Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong 3 and Donkey Kong?
Donkey Kong 3 was from what I remember, Donkey Kong 3 was pretty bad and no one wanted to play it, so they would mail people the skins to turn it back to regular ass Donkey Kong.
Regular ass Donkey Kong.
Regular ass Donkey Kong.
That reversed.
It's not on like Donkey Kong 3. What's that?
I like 3. It's kind of like a shooter.
It's a shooter.
Yep.
Talked to Gaming Historian about it. He likes him some Donkey Kong 3. I actually hated
Donkey
it when
Kong
I first
3
played
is
it.
one of those games where if you play it, that's
go to your channel.
What was Donkey Kong 2? Was that Junior?
Donkey Kong Junior.
Donkey Kong Junior is one of those games.
This here game.
So in Pac-Man, there's like a max level of 255 because after you go past that, then it's all glitchy because it wasn't programmed with that much. They didn't think anybody was going to get that far, and it gets all glitchy and shitty and messed up.
Speaking of, have you guys played Pac-Man 256 on the Xbox Arcade and stuff like that?
Pac-Man that's like real crazy and ravey looking.
So it's kind of like it's a Pac-Man, but you have to keep outrunning the glitch. The glitch keeps following you, and you have to keep going up and up. It's pretty neat.
That sounds cool.
That's cool.
Is it an official Namco release?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure?
Off the podcast.
Hey, you can. I have it on something. I can't remember what I bought it on.
Oh.
I think it's on my 360.
Did you guys hear that what's his face got removed from the books or something?
What's
his
that?
name? Luscious Locks.
Billy.
Billy Mitchell. Yeah,
he
that's
got
right.
removed
It's
or
like
something.
impossibly high scores or something.
Yeah.
Were his records there for like 1 billion years, give or take?
Sound like approximately, yeah. So he was the first person to beat Pac-Man, allegedly. All right, on Pac-Man, there's so many variations. Holy cow.
I played Pac-Man slot machine in Vegas recently.
Oh, cool. Oh, I did too. That was fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
Could have been the
I love
same
me some Pac-Man.
Except it's sad because when you hear the Pac-Man death, you're pretty much just like, oh, I just lost all my money.
Oh, I have no home to return to.
Yeah.
You're dead.
What do you guys know the name of the Pac-Man downloadable game that's like very rave looking and like very fast paced?
Pac-Man Deluxe?
Yeah. Deluxe.
Yeah.
Oh, Championship Edition.
Pac-Man DX.
Yeah, DX was the second one. So
Generation
Championship Edition. That shit is great.
Did you play Championship 2?
Did someone just tell me to suck it?
Yeah. Pac-Man DX, suck it.
Damn.
Did you play Pac-Man Championship 2?
I did, I think.
Maybe. It's got that big ass ghost on it.
Oh, it sounds familiar.
Releasing giant arcades that are like world's biggest Pac-Man, world's biggest Galaga. Have you guys seen those?
What?
Yep.
No.
They actually have one at the one up, one of those giant ass like regular Pac-Man ones. It's like on a. It's not.
Oh yeah, the Pac-Man Versus.
No, it's not Pac-Man Versus. It's like on a big ass wall, and it's just regular ass Pac-Man.
That's pretty awesome.
Kind of like
Didn't they
big
do
lights.
that? They did that in downtown Denver a couple years back too, actually. But I think with Space Invaders.
Oh, cool.
They like projected Space Invaders on a bunch of like buildings in Denver. Yeah, Davo sent it to me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
no, this
yeah,
wasn't on that level. It was actually in the one up, but yeah.
Right.
That's very cool.
That's
Pac-Man Versus was fun.
It's so fun.
Pac-Man Versus is so fun.
It's like you could play with 4
I
players
love it
and
on
you can eat each other.
You can kill each other.
Yeah. It's fun.
Remember that Super Bowl commercial that it was like a Budweiser commercial where the guys in Pac-Man,
and they had people running through the course or whatever.
This life. What is going on?
Was bullshit.
I literally used their tagline yesterday for something.
Tagline.
I forget what it was. I think it was for dinner. What is their tagline? It's like, God, I can't remember. No, it was
Budweiser.
like
It has alcohol in it.
It's something stupid, just like live more. So it's like live moss, but but it's
live moss.
It's literally like I can't remember what it is. I mean, I could probably ask Marissa and she would yell it at me, but I'm not gonna do that right now.
Bud Life.
I forget what it is. I'll remember it at some point.
Get it now.
Not live more. It's like that's like Marboil
in life.
Their slogan to like, you're gonna live forever.
Yeah. Oh boy. Anything else on Pac-Man before we move on? I just basically put down a list of Namco games we can talk about it.
Put all my hot picks on a piece of paper.
Ooh.
Hot picks.
Hot
sizzling
picks.
Oh dear.
All right, I gotta piss
about
really bad.
Different.
Speaking of
hot
sizzling, someone's got to go take a sizzling Peelsk.
I got my hot piss right here.
Let me just get my cat.
Only kind there is.
Love or hate, Pac-Land.
Pac-Land. I do not hate it.
Pac-Land. I hated it at first.
You're fired.
Which one was? Is that the 3D Pac-Man?
No, Pac-Man with a little red hat. Up and down.
The adventure
but
game.
It's a side scroller.
Well, I think you're thinking of the Pac-Man 2 one, the one on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis.
I'm thinking of Pac-Land.
No, I'm talking to DavoBanjo. Sorry, it's not an adventure one. It's a platformer, right, Rick?
Oh yeah,
platformer, yeah.
Or would you say a Pac-former? Okay, that was no.
I was thinking of Pac-Mania, and nobody liked Pac-Mania, did they?
I like Pac-Mania.
No.
I did too. I always used to play it at Showbiz Pizza.
It's the one where you jump.
Where you could jump.
Yeah,
I always like the music too.
Kind of 3D looking.
Is that the one with the crazy ass music? It's like.
I think so. Yeah, that's a totally different game. Benny Hill
sounded like a Benny Hill episode.
Yeah. I can't remember what game that is, but that song drives me nuts.
So Pac-Land, you hated it at first, Rick, or is that the way it stayed for you?
I
Or?
understand the controls. And once I figured out, it's a very fun game. It's supposed to be hard. It's a very hard game, but the levels are very short. It's like there's a learning curve on it.
Was it on Nintendo or?
It was released on Nintendo under
Did
one of
they?
it's an arcade game, but it's on the Nintendo under one of the Tengen labels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got that weird like German yodeling hat going on.
A weird follow-up to Pac-Man. Just like Pac-Man 2 is a weird follow-up to Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Pac-Man Jr. also very strange, and Pac-Baby. You guys ever play Pac-Baby, the pinball
Yeah,
machine?
that's rad. That's cool. Like the actual video game part of it's kind of whack, but I like the pinball part.
And the Super Pac-Man, where he got real big or whatever.
Yeah.
Joysticks. Have you guys seen Joysticks?
Oh shit! Yeah, joysticks. That movie is fucking crazy.
Joystick. Joysticks. Yeah.
Oh man.
Joysticks.
Choice
Hey guys,
dicks. It's like you walk into the men's locker room. Hey guys, choice dicks. That's a nice dick. 2 thumbs up. Oh, you're back. Hey, are you back from going pee?
I am back, and it was great.
Hey, choice dick.
Dick, bro.
Choice dick, bro.
Dick. That's actually what it said.
Choice dick.
Choice dicks.
Dude, that totally is. I never thought of that. Anyway, sorry.
Really awesome video games.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I love that.
Joystick, I need another quarter. Joystick, please let me have a quarter. Joystick, I got to have a quarter. Totally awesome video game.
Oh man, that's such a bonkers movie.
There's a band called LS Dudes, and they cover that theme song.
Joystick, I need to have a quarter. Joystick, please let me have a quarter. Joystick, I got to have a quarter. Totally awesome video games. Here they come. Here they come.
I'll send it to you.
Cool. Can't wait to pee on it. Sweet. Any other Pac-Man thoughts there in that series, Rick?
You ask me.
Oh,
Like,
you
I'm
had your
an
list,
expert.
Saz.
Oh no, the other Pac-Man games? No.
Back Attack.
Not my list here. Pac Attack. Yeah. Talk about Pac, buddy.
Man, screw Pac Attack.
I don't remember.
Damn.
It's kind of like Tetris.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Tetris, but bad.
Yeah,
It's kind of like columns.
Columns is better than Tetris.
We played
What?
Tetris.
Columns? I'm sorry. Did you say columns is better than Tetris? You're crazy. You're
Played
crazy.
Tetris 2 for a while today on Runtime, and that's a real bad game.
Ooh. The re-Tetrisening. Cool. How about
Which
Rally
one
X?
was Pack in Time or whatever? You remember that one?
That's not
On
really
Super
bad.
Nintendo?
That's like
Wanna get back in time?
I don't mind. It's better promise me I'll be back in time. Gotta get back in time.
is that
Hold on, you're telling me Pac-Man has to go back?
Gigawatts.
Jesus.
No, we're telling you to go pack.
Pack in Time.
I'm calling you for impressions from now on.
Yeah, for real. Rick's got him.
That's what I do.
How about that Rally X?
It's a game.
Oh, yeah.
It's a video
Rally
game.
X.
It also first background music.
Really?
Is
Yep.
it?
First background music
Did
in a
not know
video
that.
game.
It's the top-down one, right?
Yeah.
Sorry,
yep.
I suck.
You're like controlling an RC car and it's riding around. Yeah. It's pretty fun. Like, I mean, I'm sure we'll get to this, but I played that probably mostly on the Namco Museum because that was really, really cool.
Yeah,
we'll get there, I guess,
Museum.
Which one is that? I have weirdly have the Namco Museum Volume 4, which is kind of a hot thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
For $2.
Hot thing?
For $2?
Is it the black label?
Volume 5. It is like the hot one, like the super hot one.
I think the second one was the one that I had was it the second one I had the hardest time finding? I don't think I actually ever found it.
Second one is kind of hard, but the games all kind of suck on it.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah.
Heels. Okay, so no thoughts on Rally X?
No. I've only
I
played it
haven't-
because of the Namco Museum.
I have a thought. That was real. So
Real
Galaga.
You gotta leave it in.
Real gross. Sorry. I have gas. Galaga, huh?
Oh,
Love
man, the
Galaga.
best.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't say
No
fuck
more
Galaga.
games.
No more games.
Galaga's it, man.
Galaga's the end of games. Sequel to Galaxian, but way, way, way better than Galaxian in my opinion.
Yep.
That's me.
I love me some Galaga.
Did you ever play Galaga 1996 on the TurboGrafx?
I did not.
No.
I played the arcade version.
That's very specific.
Yeah, in '96. Damn.
Yeah, it's when it came out, and it's like the new Galaga they were trying to push.
Put backgrounds or something.
Yeah, it's better graphics, and it's got like different levels, and you can go through different wormholes, and it had boss battles and stuff. It's crazy. Had really good music.
I liked '88, but
Maybe that's what it was. Was it 88?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Okay,
93
my
one as
bad.
well. You're
Well, no,
correct.
that's when the first one came out, wasn't it?
Wait, the first one?
488.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
When
way
did the
before,
first-
yeah. That was like 81 or something.
TurboGrafx was 90.
Yeah. Well, what was it? Anyway, it had a number after it. It
It had a number.
TurboGrafx.
There was a year. Yeah,
It had Galaga and a number.
Yeah, Turbo was 90.
No, that's totally what Rick said. It totally would be the intro. 1996. It was like it's so fucking edgy.
When I had it on my little 7800 that I thought was a very rare thing. My 7800, and I played Galaga a lot. When I accidentally found out you can get a ship stolen and you can save it back, that was an amazing moment to my little 6-year-old head.
You say you got a shitstorm?
Shit stolen.
Oh, okay.
Galaga-
Shitstorm. A Ballstrom.
This is
Yeah.
You
Devin
can get a
Townsend.
ship stolen, and then if you shoot down the thing that stole your ship, you have 2 ships, and you can like obliterate things with your 2 little ships.
We call that dualies.
Do
Doolies.
you?
Yeah, we do. In this house, we call that doolies. While you're under this roof, doolies.
Wait a minute.
No, that blew my mind too. That was really cool.
Yeah.
You could actually get like all the bonuses, but like when you get to the bonus level, you could actually get the perfect by killing all the dudes. That was really hard. Lots of fun.
Yeah, because I think for a while I just kept shooting my own ship, and then I saw
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
else playing, and I was like, hey, wait a minute.
You don't have to shoot your own ship.
What the fuck is this guy doing?
Then you get doolies.
Yep.
It's pretty fun. Galaga. So how about Dig Dug? Am I right?
Yep.
Galaga is in one of my
another
favorite Namco
Oh, shit.
games.
We were playing. I
Oh,
had
yeah,
my
well,
kids
Galaga.
playing.
Go for it,
What's that?
Johnny Ketchum.
Oh no, I was just saying it's in like one of my favorite Namco games because remember on the PS1 they started putting Galaga before some games
Ridge Racer.
as a loading option.
Oh, right. That's super cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
So played a lot of Galaga, but it's part of one of my other favorite Namco games. Talk about it later.
Oh, okay. So Dig Dug. What do you guys want to say about it?
It's
cute
good.
game.
Dig Dug's super awesome. I love Dig Dug.
Yeah.
Say out of the sorry, go on.
No, you first, buddy.
Ah. I'd say Dig Dug's probably one of my favorite older Namco games. This is when I did definitely play on my computer a lot. I also like that they are the Dig Dug noise is in a Crystal Castle song.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I think that's pretty rad. They use a lot of Dig Dug sounds actually in a lot of their first EP and first record. But
Let's hear it.
Well, thank you for saying that. I got to put it. Oh, there it is. That was really cool.
I never heard that before.
I probably liked that.
Dallas.
It's pretty cool.
So Crystal Castles famously canceled a show in Dallas because the place looked and they didn't trust the sound system without checking it.
Yeah, they're crazy. Or they were crazy. I mean, like they're really not a band anymore, at least as they were with those first couple records. I mean, the original woman who fronted the band, she's no longer a part of there, and it's a whole mess. I mean, I wouldn't support Crystal Castles now, but I do appreciate like some of the music they made then with Alice Glass. What's that?
I assume they're weirdos.
Alice Glass is kind of a weirdo. I think it's more so the guy who claims to have produced and wrote everything, which I think is not true because obviously there's video game noises in there. Actually, called them out on MySpace when they first started. I sent them a message. Yeah, I sent them a message over MySpace and told them like they had to stop claiming that they wrote and made all that music because clearly it was. Yeah, but
burn.
I was upset.
MySpace burn.
FL Studio's pretty awesome, you know.
Yeah.
I use that.
That's where it's at.
No, I really love how Dig Dug the music plays while you walk. That was so cool. You can make your own little remixes.
Yeah.
DJ Dig Dug.
Love that sound.
About Dig
I love
Dug
it.
2.
Dig Dug 2.
Dig Dug
Also
2's
cool.
weird.
The little island.
Yeah, Dig Dug 2
pretty
is
cool.
totally different.
Yeah.
I
Like you could just
gold.
chop off big
Dig
ass
Dug
pieces
too.
of the island
Drowning
into the
people.
sea. Yeah, ooh.
Yeah, it's
It's
great.
weird. Such
That
a
sounds
crazy
super
game.
awesome.
Trouble
Was
in
that-
Paradise.
That is what it was called. Was that in the arcade at all, or?
I think it was just on the Nintendo. Only.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
that was a cool
think.
game.
I feel like I played an arcade, but I could be wrong.
Wrong.
It was totally also on the arcade, wasn't it?
Well, I'm gonna stop
Yeah.
talking about games. For you guys, want to bring up a game?
I'll go.
I mean-
hey guys.
Yeah.
Though someone
me,
want to take
Rick.
my place? Yeah. Hey guys, it's me, Rick. We can go with a series. Let's see. We're trying to find something early on my list here. Well, no, I'm going to open the floor for this debate, this hot debate. Mappy.
Man,
Hate it.
fuck
Hate it.
Mappy.
I am not obliged to say.
Yeah,
I need to go
I
back
don't
and
know
play it,
about
but I
Mappy.
wasn't a fan
Wait,
when I
did you
tried.
actually say Mappy?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I didn't even hear it. I was just like, I hate it, and I didn't even know what it was.
Wait, Eric, you said you like Mappy, right?
I like Mappy. Yeah, totally.
I don't.
I totally like Mappy. I played it in this Italian restaurant, and it was on a cocktail cabinet, and it took a little while to figure out how it worked, but it's kind of cool. Like you just jumping around on trampolines and opening doors to hit cats with freaking sound waves. It's so weird. It's a cool game. I like it.
I've seen the other ones, like Mappy Land looks okay. It looks awesome. But Mappy just boring. And I know that's like his favorite
Yep, I was just gonna say
Namco
that.
game.
Yep.
Yeah, he's listed as Ian Mappy in my phone because of that. But man, not a Mappy man over here.
Oh, Mappy man.
I hated all cops aesthetic. I'm not that kind of person. I don't hate all cops, but I little cop.
Cut from the podcast.
Cutting from the podcast every 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a fan of Mappy. I don't think it's very fun.
Would you
Like
say
that
Mappy
show.
is crappy?
Ooh.
I just don't. Well, like Bonsai Bros. A lot of people are like Bonsai Bros for the Genesis. Very similar game. Just don't care. I'm not into that style of game.
Yeah, it is a weird
Yeah.
style. Yeah, I get that.
Other
That's a valid opinion.
I don't think other big series is other big titles. Not big here, but big in Japan. Tower of Druaga.
Oh yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
That's a pretty cool game. I had a hard time getting into it. I want to play it more and try and give it a chance, but I got more interested in it when I watched the documentaries that Red Bull of all people did about video game musicians, and they started a lot with Namco actually, and they showed the lady that composed the music for Tower of Druaga.
2作目のドルアーガではそこで勉強をして自分のサウンドドライバーで自分の曲を書いたっていう。サウンドドライバーはですね、まず曲の作曲した時に楽譜に当たるみたいなプログラムみたいなデータ、そのデータを読み込んで演奏をするためのプログラムっていうことですよね。
Which, pretty basic stuff at the time. I mean, they had basically their 3 sounds that they're like trademark Namco sounds for the time.
で次1番は僕は結構これナムコっぽい音だなと思っててよくこういうこれいい音だなと思ってます。次がはい小沢さんの大好きなナンバー4の波形です。
And I was like, man, I really kind of want to go back and play that. But at the time playing it, I was kind of like, I just kind of suck and don't want to play it anymore.
Boy from Game Center CX played it for like 18 hours or something, right? That was like a big episode.
Yeah, and I guess what was it? They made it like to reflect the number of floors of the building that they were in or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Very cool, yeah.
And then there's the sequel, Return to Ishtar, which is so fucking hard to play. The game is you control 2 characters at one time with 2 separate. Has anybody ever played it?
Weird.
Namco Museum Volume 4, but it's super hard. It's cool. It looks cool. Like
he does not recommend.
You know what I like you know what I like in that series though? Quest of Key, the prequel to Druaga. That shit's dope.
Quest of Key is
Dave,
good.
you were
Yeah,
playing that a week ago, or a year ago.
Who was me?
Yeah, you were playing it last year.
Yeah, I can't remember how far I got.
That's your game you play.
I need to play it again. It's fun.
So good.
I like the floaty mechanics.
God, this is
it's so weird. Like you just hold the jump button, you'll float forever until you hit something.
Yeah.
That was another like epic one that Adino did on Game Center CX, where he was playing that over like New Year's or something. He had to play like for 2 days to try and get to the end of that.
That's the one I was thinking of that he ends up playing for like 2 days.
He got like the 98 or something like that out of 100 levels.
Yeah, that was
because they didn't even tell him. They didn't even tell him about the last 50 levels. They just thought it was 50 levels.
Yep. Surprised.
You're not done. He's like, oh, wait a minute.
You thought you were done.
What?
You thought. What? If you had coffee, you would spit it out. What?
Well, listing out games, unless someone else wants to jump in before I list anything else off.
I've got a certain racing game in mind.
Ooh, I was going to say that next. Go.
Pole Position.
Oh, man, I just played some pole position.
What the fuck?
Whoa. Who did that?
That was me. You ever seen that pole position commercial?
No. God, you almost ruined my brain.
Cut to the pole position commercial.
Okay.
Hey! Yeah? You look like a real jerk.
Well, I am a corporate executive.
He stops exciting things from happening.
So what you doing? Well, Muffy, Buffy, Biff Jr. and I are going on our Sunday drive.
Oh, no, you ain't. You're gonna play pole position!
Guy
Wow, that
yelling,
was weird.
"Hey,"
Probably, I don't
very
know.
angrily. Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
how he says it?
And I'll do it very far away, but
Yeah.
it sounds like this. It's like a family driving down the street, and all of a sudden you hear this voice come out of nowhere, go, "Hey!" Tells you to play pole position very angrily.
Holy shit!
And they did.
Yeah.
And all of America did, and everybody else.
Well, I mean, you would have to, otherwise you'd be killed if you're led to, believe what that voice is telling you. Jesus.
Like, what are you doing? We're driving. We're just a family driving for a vacation. No, you're playing pole position. He's
Apparently,
Oh.
there was a cartoon for pole position. Saturday morning cartoon.
Oh, that's right. I know nothing about that cartoon.
It must have sucked.
A lot of bad cartoons. You guys know that? That was probably real bad.
Yeah.
Which one?
Cartoon that featured Ryan, was that also what pole position was on? It featured like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that's
What's
I'm
the
not
what's
sure.
the little orange
Cubert.
words all the time?
Yeah, that's right.
Cubert?
Cubert, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't very
shit
good
was
at
weird.
Cubert.
I kind of do remember. I feel like I've seen something from that.
I could cut you off. What were you going to say about pole position other than before I yelled "hey" into the microphone?
It was scary.
It's like cited as one of the most influential racing games of all time.
Totally.
I could see that though.
Kinda
Purely from a
3D?
perspective. Yeah, wasn't it one of the first 3D racers? Or pseudo
Probably.
It had kind of the gear shift.
Yeah. Yeah, low gear and high gear. I remember,
Yeah.
like, I didn't want to mess with that because, like, I never liked to play manual. With racing games, I always automatic, and I'm like, I'm not gonna mess with that. And like, why is everyone blowing me away? Oh, you got to shift into high gear, dummy. So yeah, it's important. You have to do that.
I used to never shift into low gear.
But you got to start there, otherwise it'll take forever to get to
Yeah,
high gear.
no.
Totally.
I want to go
Yeah,
fast.
I really dug that game, and like when I started getting nostalgic for old video games, like in 2003 or something like that, I was like, oh man, pole position. I actually like composed a track for a fictional game in my mind called Pole Position 2, only to find out years later that did exist. There was a Pole Position 2.
Where were
Anyway.
you at?
I don't know. Under a rock, apparently. I had no idea.
You are winner.
His
Yeah,
parents
that's a
would.
fun game.
His parents wouldn't let him play it.
Jesus Christ.
It's just like Andrew's on the podcast now.
Yeah, it's cute to like put the phone up to the mic.
Have you guys seen this Blockbuster website that people look at? That's my really bad Andrew impression.
That is totally Andrew.
He's here and
AKA
we love him.
Pole position, yeah, like you actually have to have a little restraint and not go all out on the gas, which I had a problem with, and I'd always fly off the road or like front fly into somebody. But yeah,
Yeah, you can't balls to the wall.
yeah. Going back to Mappy real quick, that was Namco's first game with a storyline.
Oh baby.
Yeah.
Do you know what
Don't
Namco's
nobody care about that story.
Namco's first 16-bit game was?
Yep. Mappy. Mappy 2, the remapping.
You gotta start with something that's not
Mappy 3, Mappy's Revenge.
Yokai Dashuki. What does Doshuki mean, Eric? You know what that means?
Dashuki?
Yeah, Dochuki.
Dashuki? I have no idea. I can look it up real quick. Dashuki? I have to.
It's a cool game where you're like a little boy trapped in hell, escape out of hell, and you run across all these like classic yokai monsters. It's very cute and very.
It's a very cute hill.
How do you spell it again?
Dochuki.
Dochuki? Dochuki?
The name. That's a good. It could just be like demon. It came out for. I have the PC Engine version.
Devil's World.
Yeah, I have the PC Engine version, and it's a very, very hard game. And you have to like, if you save a dog in the first level, he'll protect you on the next level. You fight every boss separated from your body. Like your ghost fights the boss while you have to protect your body at the bottom of the screen. If you save a turtle, this lady get like strips for you.
Whoa!
All right, I
in
need
it. It's very. It's actually very cheap if you got a PC Engine. It's like usually $10.
I've got a computer.
Yep. Go for it. And there's a.
You can get it for free, 50.
It's him typing it up right now. He's like, "Oh, you had me at turtle." All about that turtle. Here's a game, Metro Cross.
No.
Oops, nobody cares. So Metro Cross was like a really awesome platformer that Audino played on Game Center CX. It's very weird. It's like a speed running platformer kind of thing. Like you've got to race against the clock or something, and it's about like getting as far as you can efficiently. And yeah,
Didn't you have to use the power pad?
No, maybe you can, but you didn't have to.
Can't remember.
Yeah,
I'll watch it again.
Very weird looking character from Metro Cross. Very cool. Anyway, does anyone know about that game?
No. Never.
Now.
Tried to tell me.
Yeah.
It's the only, I went to a game convention and this dude tried to tell me it's the only game released in Japan that wasn't released in the United States.
The only?
Yeah, it's like, wait, what?
He was a dude selling games, and he's like, "Yes, this is the only Japanese game never made to the United States." I was like, "You're very wrong." I just didn't question him. I just walked away.
On what?
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's
How much was it?
Just kind of shake your head and say that's nice.
How much was it?
It wasn't. It was like $10, but I just.
Oh.
I wasn't. I was just looked.
Hey, if it's the only game that never came over, small price to pay.
Yep, you just missed out on a deal of a lifetime.
Yep, you done moved. Cool. Next one on the list. Somebody.
Yeah, come on. Ketchum. Spit out something, buddy.
Sevius.
I honestly like all my Namco experiences has to do with PlayStation 1 stuff, like the Namco Museum. I didn't, I played a couple of those, but I mostly rented them. I was pretty young, so I wasn't very entertained by that, but I was just at the age where like something like Final Fantasy VII would be something I would get into, and like being emo, like straight up actual emo. And no, I mean like whatever. But anyway,
like he was Cloud basically.
I was Cloud. Yeah, that is my life. I am a clone. So I spent more time playing like.
He sounded so good before. You suddenly got chops.
Am I back?
You're back, buddy.
All
You were
right.
listening to Planes Mistaken for Stars, and you were checking out Final Fantasy.
Dude, Planes Mistaken for Stars are like from Denver.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
What's their best song?
I don't know. I didn't listen to them. I was more of like somebody into like I was into like Rites of Spring and Fugazi, like stuff that
Stuff that was
whatever.
good.
Yeah.
That were good.
Yeah, we're good. They were good. I'm a fan of that stuff. Anyway, so yeah, Soul Calibur and Tekken were my jam. That's my expertise of Namco, and that's as far as I remember what I remember talking about a lot. And Dig Dug probably mentioned the Crystal Castles thing then too.
Oh, last year.
Yeah.
There's a really flagship game for PS1 that I was going to mention, but I want to later.
Flagship game. Yeah.
Back in time. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I got nothing until we get to that.
time.
I'm back there.
Wait, hold on. Me that we can't talk about Klonoa now. We gotta wait.
So that my voice just died.
Gigawatts. Okay. So Sky Kid, that's a fun, cute horizontal shooter that I like.
Yeah, I remember Sky Kid.
Yeah, that one is good.
They were kids. They were
Like they had a really good compilation. It was almost like the Neo Namco Museum that they had on Xbox 360. And they had a slew of fucking awesome games, and some of the like remix games. I can't remember what they call arrangements. They called them arrangements. And then they also had Sky Kid, which I just always loved that game. It's so cute and fun. I love it.
The game is cute.
In the Sky Kid
It
series?
is fun.
Sky Kid, what?
Dean. It looks a lot like Sky Kid. It's oversized dudes and little planes.
What's it called?
What is it?
Ordine.
Ordine.
Y-N-E.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's a
Yeah,
little more
check that
updated
out.
version of Sky Kid.
Ah, sweet.
Have you boys ever heard of Philios? It's a top-down Greek mythology shooter.
I don't think I have. Suddenly, other person.
Suddenly, super nerd.
Well, yes, Philios was a game that came out in 1988. It was a I can't talk with that. I can't
Can't keep it up.
in that voice.
You're gonna kick yourself off the podcast.
Yeah, and can't speak about the game. This can't. But it is a very fun top-down shooter game. But it's all Greek mythology themed. You are a little dude on a Pegasus.
What?
Dude, this
Yeah,
is
it's
fucking
cool.
awesome. I just looked it up.
Let's. I'm leading this shit now. Namcot that was releasing the home games in like the late 80s, and Namcot had cool boxes, caught over here, but so much cool shit on home consoles, but under the name Namcot for some reason. Put that T at the end.
You don't know why that was? I remember we were talking about that last time, but I don't remember what the answer was we came up with.
Isn't it because they could only release so many games a year, so they started like minor like companies to release games?
It's like Namco plus mascot Namcot.
I thought you were saying that.
That makes sense.
Okay.
I thought you were saying Namcock.
Oh boy, that's a different game.
Oh, it's
that's
a
that
different
AO game.
Released Warnoff in Japan.
Oh yeah.
We should do a podcast about that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just do that on episode 30.
Actually, this is my third podcast in a row. Technically, if you count the Karnov cast.
But actually, Is it? Oh, I guess it is, right? Yeah. This is your first of 3, actually, because we're going back in time, remember?
Hey,
Back
wait,
in
hold
time.
on.
Why is everything so heavy in the future?
Yeah. Is there something wrong with the gravitational pull of the sun or some shit?
Or some shit.
I mean, I almost quoted it perfectly, probably.
Yeah,
then I had to
you
say
did.
some shit.
Yeah, then you just fucked it up.
You almost, yeah.
Find it.
It's the director's cut.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah, Namcot. I think actually didn't Ian have a question about that last year? Like, I think that's question time. Do you still have that one, Rick?
My question, which I just brought up, was those really cool cases.
they are really
hold on, my
cool.
voice-
I'm looking at them right now.
Namcot
really
cases were
cases.
like hard shell cases. Games released in Japan, not released over here.
Of course.
Some company in Russia that released those little boxes you could buy,
Yeah.
but you can't actually link ones. You have to order it with a cover, and they're really overpriced. But those little boxes are so cool. I almost bought Karnov like that just because it's the nice little, sweet little box.
Shell case, plastic shell case.
Game is an awesome packaging. Is Splatterhouse Wanpaku Graffiti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's main character named Rick. That's my name.
Rick.
That's what that was. That's what they did it from.
Yeah, it's about me, baby.
Yeah, that I think actually that Dochuki game or whatever you're saying, the wasn't that the Demon World game? I have that on a Namcot shelf. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it's a Demon World game. Yes. It has another name too, but it's it came out on
Kitaro something.
Kitaro. That's a different series.
Shit.
Kai Doshuki.
Oh, really?
I call myself
Famicom.
I don't know.
It came out on Famicom, but it looked a lot. It was a very different game. It's actually a lot easier on the Famicom. The distasteful
That
things.
didn't happen often, right? Easier over there.
Tim hated that.
What's that?
Namcot, they always come out with cool games, and that's. I wish I made a little list of Namcot games.
Dude, they came out with Rolling Thunder.
Oh yeah.
1, 2, 3. Rolling Thunder.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
Rolling Thunder.
Thunder's great. Yeah, that's one of my favorite arcade games.
Why does someone keep going? But it. What's that about?
I heard somebody typing.
That's all, folks.
Huh?
I heard somebody typing.
Yeah, I heard someone typing, but then the thing kept going like badoop. It's weird. All right, I think it stopped. How about Dragon Spirit? That's a vertical shooter. It's got rad music.
Dragon Spirit's pretty good.
Really, really bad arcade game. Really good home console game.
Yeah. That doesn't happen a lot, huh? Cool.
It's Legendary Wings.
Cool.
Ooh, you did.
No, listen. Legendary Wings arcade game, pretty bad. Home console game, real good.
I guess you're right.
Hmm.
I love Legendary Wings. It's so good. Yeah, it's so hard in the arcade. You're right.
All
Because they wanted them quarters.
Yeah, it's all crunched up and slow moving. That's the same with Dragon Spirit. It moves really slowly on the arcade versions.
How about that Quinty / Mendel's Palace?
A Namco game. I didn't know that. Yeah, Quinty.
Yeah. The Pokemon creators' first game.
Tile game. It's kind of cool. It's got cool music.
Yep.
Flipping the cards. It's really cool.
Cards. Everything's got a weird face.
How about that American art? Oof, that's something.
Yeah, real gross.
It is gross. I think that's a good description of it. It is gross. Anyway, someone else. Talking about Namco.
I'm giving someone else the floor because I got so many other things to talk about.
I think you and I are the only ones with lists, so
yeah,
they're at a disadvantage.
Mine are like a little bit later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys.
All right,
I've got an.
Let's just alternate then. Let's just alternate, Rick, and then someone can cut in when they got one in the timeline because we can't go back to the future.
Wait, go back to the future. Biff in 1943 in order for my mom to
manure. I think that's what it said, like it did for TV one, but he's like, it's shit. But they're like, it's manure or something like that.
Right, manure. Who's next?
Yeah, you.
Fucking Valkyrie.
Fucking Valkyrie. I don't know that.
Awesome. Okay. Console. Or was it arcade game first? It's a top-down game where you're like a little warrior lady, a Valkyrie, if you will.
Oh.
It is just an awesome looking. Think of like Zelda. If Zelda was like just like an action.
Zelda was a girl.
Isn't Zelda a girl?
The boy.
Zelda's the princess, right? Oh, okay. My bad. I got it.
Valkyrie is a very, very cool. Someone look at it. You, Ryan, looking at the internet. Look at what Valkyrie looks like. It looks great. That's what you're going to say when you see it.
Probably.
Ooh, baby. Baby. That looks like a good game.
I know what I'm downloading next.
This game sucks. All I
Turtle
did
game
was
and then Valkyrie.
Eve Valkyrie. Let me throw Namco in there.
Running series.
The character's hot.
But yeah, it's a very cool game. There's a little jelly dude that made a spinoff game of the little green jelly guy. Not the band Green Jelly.
Oh yeah. Ah, that's green Jello.
Yeah. Jello until they got sued by the Jello company. They became the Green Jelly.
It's still green Jello.
Green Jelly. My uncle's in the band. Where?
Oh, for real?
No.
Hey, you know,
My dad puts that out there. Damn.
Oh, you know that my fifth grade economics teacher or whatever, he was the drummer for Three Dog Night.
You know, I got a really funny story about Three Dog Night.
Lemon Jelly is a good band.
Lexington, Lindos, Tokyo, Harlem, Ipanema, Nicosia, Grenada, San Jose, Damascus, Mandalay, San Fran, Atlassian, Adelaide, Angmering, Amsterdam, Kabul, Rwanda, Kyoto, Manchester, Toronto, Melbourne, Davos, Davos, Lebanon, I'm a Roman man.
Okay, the end.
Okay, so Valkyrie is a very, very fun game that is a top-down platformer. I can say it's the graphics are good and it's a very fun game. It came out for Famicom. It's more of like a RPG. It looks like Dragon Warrior.
Looks like Dragon Warrior,
It's still
but
like
better.
yeah, it's still like action.
It actually does look really good for like NES title.
Very, very, very old. Probably one of the first like
first game ever
Namco released. Yeah, so it's been around for a long time. They've revamped it many, many, many times, and it's still around. There's still new Valkyrie games. So, which Eric, let's hear another old timey game.
Star Wars on Famicom. We talked about it a year ago, and by the way, the podcast that we talked about a year before that, we were talking about the new Star Wars movie, and that was difficult because a new Star Wars movie had come out by the time we talked about that Star Wars movie. And then when we talked about this podcast a year ago, we were talking about a new Star Wars movie, and now when we address the new Star Wars movie, it's a different one, and there's a new one coming out after that, Han Solo.
Yeah, and I've seen all the Star Wars movies this time.
Yes, I'm finally caught up. I'm waiting for that Han Solo.
Caught up.
I'm Han Solo. All right. But yeah, that Star Wars game is fucking weird. Famicom, that's a good ass Star Wars game, and it's weird.
Yep.
Scorpion, Darth Vader. The end.
The best.
Marvel Land. You guys play Marvel Land?
Marble
No.
Land? No.
Marvel Land, as in
Marvel
like-
Land, no.
as in Marvel Studios.
Really?
Oh, Stanley.
Yeah. What if we took a man and made him kind of looking like a spider? That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Damn, Stanley.
Got them impressions.
Someone else, I'm going to use it. So Marvel Land, you're a little dude. It's basically you're in a theme park, but Marvel Land, the main character has like little ears and a tail. He looks like a normal guy with ears and a tail, almost like a raccoon Mario.
Hey, gang, a couple of quick corrections here. First correction, in Marvel Land, he doesn't have a raccoon tail and ears. He has a dragon tail and ears. My sleepy brain forgot those facts. It's a good game. It's also an homage to other Namco games. Every time you beat a level, there's a parade with different floats from different Namco games, including Valkyrie, Pac-Man. There's some Tower of Druaga stuff that roll by. Yeah, it's a super cool game. I played it in one sitting, like all day, because it's such a very nice looking game.
That's cool.
Kind of annoying music, but it's just a platformer, and it's fun.
Marvel Land.
Detail with these games because there's so many of these fucking games.
There are.
Speaking of lands, I got Wagyan Land. Anyone played that Wagyan Land?
Got that on my list too.
Yeah, it's a weird platformer, like pretty much for kiddos. You're a little dragon dude and dinosaur or something. And you just run and jump, and it's very basic platforming. And you get to the end, and there's like a quiz, like a memory game and stuff. It's very cool. But there was a game kind of in that series. It was the ninja game I was just talking about recently. What the hell's it called? Hanamaru. Something ninja. I'm fucking up the name right now. But anyway, that was the game that ended up becoming Yo-Noid.
That game is
and it was in the Wagyan Land series, not Wagyan Land itself, but that kind of other one, the Ninja Hanamaru. So yeah, it's a fun game to play, and I was like getting excited because when I was studying Japanese, I was like, oh, I can understand this, but it's for little kids, so you know.
I'd rather just play Yo-Noid.
Pretty much.
So bad. So bad.
The ending game,
Eric,
like at the end of a level, made more sense in the Hanamaru one than it did in the Yo-Noid one. It's like, hey, get a higher number than this guy. I was like, what? Anyway.
Did you have to get pizzas or something in the Yo-Noid?
Get more pizzas or some shit. Yeah. Anyway, I'm done.
This will be the last one of the old timey series until we go to other series. This is the Genji and the Heike clans.
Oh.
That is you're a zombie samurai through the different levels of hell.
That's
cool.
awesome.
There's a game.
Namco loves hell.
So Genji and Heike clan. It's on Namco Museum Volume 4. Very fun, very cool platformer game. Very hard. You're a very small. It's like you're a very small sprite, and then some levels you're just very gigantic. Right. Yeah, it's a cool game.
Interesting. I want to check it out. I have that then.
Yeah, it's very fun.
You were talking about Splatterhouse. Well, you talked about Wanpaku Graffiti, but we also have Splatterhouse, and you'd mentioned that Rick is the main character, but I had to put those down. Like some of the first like ultra violent games, Splatterhouse, you know, that shit was next level. Because I remember I was at Blockbuster with my dad, and we were looking through games to rent, and I grabbed that. I was like, "Can I rent this?" And he's like, "God, no. Number one, you don't own that console. Number two, that is way too violent. Your mom would kill me." So that was my earliest memory. But then I also remember reading about it in a magazine and seeing the last boss with this, skin stretched across his face. And I was like, holy shit, this like fucked me up, Like, video games are so violent. But yeah, I really dug those games. That's like the last of my old games too.
Yeah.
Bad Dudes. Was that an Namco game?
Bad Dudes?
Yeah, I think so.
How did I skip that?
No, Bad Dudes is
Bad Dudes.
Isn't that like Tecmo or something?
Bad Dudes was Data East.
Oh, Data East, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God for the internet. We'd have been like Bad Dudes.
Son of a bitch.
Oh yeah.
When I was a wee baby.
Hey, let's talk about Bad
Halloween,
Dudes anyway. Hey dudes, let's go get a burger. I'm the
president. Bad Dudes, the president. When I was a wee man, the wee tiny guy I used to be, rented it on Halloween. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Splatterhouse 2. The first thing to the beginning of it at all?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So it starts off. It says something like you have to go back, and then a little fairy of Jennifer, the woman you're saving. Like she says, "Help Rick." She goes, "Help Rick," and I was like, "She didn't say that. That's not real." It says she doesn't have to die, Rick. And I was fucking scared out of my mind that this game.
Yeah, that's pretty heavy.
And he had nightmares.
And then I rented that and Groundhog's Day. That was my.
That's such a good movie.
Great Halloween movie.
You're afraid to go to sleep and wake up. How did you...
Yeah.
Over and
Or
over.
wake up. Yeah, Splatterhouse, good series. I even like the new one. The one that came out in 2010, I think.
It's cool.
Bro-tastic, but it's good.
Pretty
Never
intense.
played that one.
Lives up to the
It has
violence.
all the 3 original games on there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You can
I think
unlock
you
it.
have
Oh,
to
really?
beat them. Yeah.
Oh,
Beat them.
that's awesome.
That's a reason to own it too, so you can just unlock those 3 other
Definitive
games.
collection, you know?
Yeah, it's
Totally.
kind of worth getting it just for that.
Yeah.
There's even a
it is.
website where there's a fair level, and the fair is called Wampaku Graffiti.
Sweet.
Nice.
Does it have graffiti on there?
Oh, so much graffiti, man! You got
It's blood.
Of course, it was like 2010, so it's gotta be like super like wow.
yeah,
Over the
like
top
Banksy
metal.
hit that shit.
Yeah, metal and over the top metal.
The most bro-tastic game that you collect pictures of Jennifer, like it's an upgrade, but they're like she's naked and shit, man.
Oh,
Like, dude, she is gonna get naked.
I gotta put that on
Just
my
you
list
wait.
right next to it.
Just like cringe as I was playing it, but it's so fun. It's just it's so
I need to put that on
disgusting.
my list of games to masturbate to.
There's a part in the game that actually disturbed me whenever he sees some of the monsters he has to kill, and he's like, "Oh, those 2 guys were in my like science class," like because this dude's kidnapping people from his college, and he recognizes them as he's like ripping them up.
Dang.
Like,
What the
oh
fuck?
yeah,
That's fucked up.
it's pretty.
Dang it.
Rick is a sociopath.
Yeah, I know.
Ah.
Thanks for the answer.
So what came after that?
Guys, this is where you guys take over, baby.
Tekken?
Yeah. Tekken.
Dude, Tekken was pretty early. Tekken was like 1994.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
we're about
Tekken.
up there now.
Oh, Tekken.
I don't think
Go
I've
on.
ever played it.
What?
Off the podcast.
I don't know.
I don't know. If
I mean, either Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter.
Fuck you.
Well, they had
Hey,
Street
school me
Fighter Cross Tekken or whatever.
Hey,
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
that game.
Fuck you, fuck that game.
All right. I'll see myself. Jeez.
I'm sorry. Getting saucy on the wine.
I'll start with Tekken 7.
Yeah, Tekken is a very ugly game, but it was very nice for its time. I don't
Is Tekken the one with the guy that has like a tiger face or something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. King.
Yeah.
King, and he's
Oh.
badass. Respect.
There's one made of
Fucking
How about Ryu could be the tiger face?
Fuck Ryu.
Oh man, you just hate everything. Catch that.
Hating.
Hating. Yeah, Tekken. That's a good one. I remember Jack. I'd play with Jack on that first one.
Oh, I hate
He's like
Jack.
a big robot. He's like the big robot guy.
It's like the
Man made
Arnold
of wood,
Schwarzenegger
right?
robot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just-
there's
I mean,
man-made wood.
Obviously, go for the strongest looking person. You know.
I always went for well, I always went for who had the tallest hair. So Paul was my guy.
And you just said fuck Paul.
No, I said fuck Jack.
Oh, my bad. It's almost the same name. My bad. It's 4 letters. It's a generic name. My bad.
Jack Paul, who gives a shit?
Jack, Paul, you know.
Wasn't the,
Paul and Jill ran up the hill, whatever.
Wasn't the fighting buttons like weird? Like you control limbs instead of, you know, like punch and kick and whatnot.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
so like each button is connected to whatever limb you're trying to use. So like square is like right punch. And X and circle actually are your kicks, left and right kick, and then square and triangle are your left and right punch, and then you have like different dodges and strifes that you can do pretty much with your L1 and R1s.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. It's better than Virtua Fighter. Fuck that game. Actually, fuck that game.
He hates the first 3D fighting game.
I did play Virtual Fighter.
And shortly Yeah, right? What? That's fucked up. And then, like, not too long after that, Soul Edge came out.
Fuck Soul Edge. Just
Dude. Soul Edge is definitely kicked
I
off.
just had to say it. You threw me off my own podcast.
Breaks.
Let's pretend there's someone here that doesn't know what that is. Can someone school me on it?
Soul Edge? The Soul Edge is pretty much Soul Calibur. It's just the precursor to it. It's not nearly as good.
But the soul still burns.
Yeah, exactly. The soul does definitely still burn. So, I would say if you're gonna, I wouldn't even bother playing Soul Edge. Honestly, if you're gonna play any of those PlayStation 1 like Namco fighters, I would just go straight Tekken 3. Tekken 3 is the best. Yeah.
Or Street Fighter.
Or yeah, I guess. I don't know. Alpha 3 isn't. Alpha 3 is all right. But no, I've preferred Tekken, and yeah, Tekken 3 was my jam. You had a side scroller beat 'em up on there too, and a bowling game.
Yeah, they still have that.
Play just for the bowling game.
Yeah, yeah, they still have that in like yeah, do they? That's awesome. I haven't played Tekken 7 actually. But again, Madden. Too much Madden in my life. Not enough other games.
Games? Can you
Fuck
play
Madden.
John Madden?
I only play games that are connected to John Madden. He is
Well,
my he is
you
my
play
inspiration.
How does Tekken
Oh yeah, you
Madden?
totally can play as John Madden.
Oh, wow.
He's unlockable.
There's a
Well, you get
Who plays
you can
John
get him
Madden?
as a coach. That's it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
about it. I wish you could play with him as a player,
Like-
but not.
As old John Madden.
Yeah, you. Yeah.
Slavery run.
Yeah. I wish
You
I
can
was
unlock
John
him and he
Madden.
starts marking all over the screen and stuff. Now you're gonna go over here, then you're
And
gonna go
I'm
over
doing
there.
this. Now watch me doing this right here. That'd be pretty
It's like, see, he did a lateral here, and he should not have done that. I don't know how to talk like John Madden. I don't even know what that motherfucker talks like.
Rick V can. Come on, Rick V. Where's your Madden impression?
What does John Madden sound like?
I don't know.
Some old dude.
I don't know what he sounds like. Sorry.
He sounds like Frank Caliendo or whatever that guy
Yeah.
his name is, who does
Yeah.
the impression of Madden.
Yeah, he does
Madden
go.
impression. Here we go. You're gonna move to the right field, and then once you get there, you're gonna turn right. It turns out it's an okay game.
Pretty close. Sounds
Yeah.
like Rick and
Yeah.
Morty, but you know. How about Ridge
That's
Racer?
my sauce.
Ridge Racer was rad too.
Remember Ridge Racer?
Hey,
Yeah, Ridge Racer.
That's like still going.
if
Arcade
it's in
racing.
Nick.
Loved Ridge
Yeah.
Racer. My friend had a PS1, and you could, as soon as the race started, you could put in a different CD, and we would rock the shit out of the Dead Kennedys while we were racing.
Oh shit!
Nice.
That's dope. That's very cool. I
Like
didn't know you could
40
do that.
seconds. Yeah. You put in a different disc. It says it in the manual. It encourages you to do it. It says if you don't want to hear the Ridge Racer music, you throw in whatever you want.
So they didn't have
For
to
like-
license music.
I'll throw in
Yeah.
some Yanni.
Yeah.
Some Yanni.
Oh, I love Yanni. Just put in some Yanni there.
You guys are a very different subject. Did you guys ever do that with? Oh my god, I forgot what it's called. Who they put out Parappa the Rapper, Jammer, Lammy, and then there's a game where you're the little bunny rabbit.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that Vib Ribbon.
Yeah.
Bib ribbon. You put a different CD in.
Yeah,
Yep.
so cool.
That's awesome.
That's very. It's
Oh.
a different game when you put in a different.
Totally.
You got that on.
I put in Venetian snares. That shit was bonkazoids.
If you're sad and like beer, I'm your lady.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Is Beck, and that was pretty fun.
Turn the lights out, fax machine anthems, get your damn hands up. Yes, now I'm moving this way, I'm doing this thing.
Please enjoy.
Hell yes, now I'm turning it on, now I'm working my legs. Hell yes, now I'm calling you out, I'm switching my place.
Please enjoy.
Hell yes, now I'm cleaning the floor, my beat is correct.
Beck.
I never picked it up
Totally.
on PS3. I should have.
Put a note
How about what's your next one, peeps?
Klonoa.
Noah.
Yeah.
Love Klonoa. What's on his hat?
Some
Hand.
shit.
Some blue shit. What's on his hat? Some blue shit.
And on his hat.
Pac-Man.
Very sweet. Yeah, it's a very nice little homage.
Yeah.
Pac-Man fever.
It was like
Talk
a
about
good
Klonoa, guys.
platformer. Just like a
Good ass platformer.
And it wasn't very popular here because it wasn't a 3D game. It was.
It was
kind of
3D.
half-
Technically,
well, it kind of was, but it was still a
From
side
the
scroller.
side,
Yeah.
3D engine.
Yeah.
All the
There's a
Huge.
Game Boy Advance game that is kind of fun, but mostly just kind of generic and boring.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like pre-rendered 3D graphics, I want to say, like not totally like Klonoa, yeah.
Like the
Like
mocap
10
or whatever. Not the mocap.
There's like 10 Klonoa games in Japan. There's like a million. Well, not a million. There's an exaggeration, but there's a lot of Klonoa games in Japan opposed to here.
Yeah.
We suck.
That's cute. I love the fake speak, like that Banjo-Kazooie style speak, you know?
It's the best.
Yeah. It's adorable.
Rest of the podcast.
All right, so next minute.
Adam Damacy. Boom.
Yeah.
Can miss the sunshine. Na, 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 talk like destiny. Na, 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 yeah, but I love you.
Oh, why are you gonna just drop it? It's so good.
So good.
It's so good. Like I was going through a store and I saw this. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like just the cover is ridiculous. And you know what? It was $20. Why would I not buy that? And I didn't even know what the hell it was, but I brought it home and I was not disappointed at all. Holy shit, that's a great game.
I can't super into the I can't get super into the later ones. I'm not sure why, but the first two really this old man's heart.
The first one, especially, like it's just such a fucking it's such a good first game in the series. Like that one still's probably, if not my favorite, one of my very favorites in the series. But soundtrack is so good. Oh my god.
チゲだファンキーだみんな黙って俺についてこいチゲだファンキーだみんな必死で俺についてこいカモンチゲだファンキーだみんな黙って俺についてこいチゲだファンキーだみんな必死で俺についてこいカモンチゲだファンキーだみんな黙って俺についてこいチゲだファンキーだみんな必死で俺についてこいカモンチゲだファンキーだみんな黙って俺についてこいチゲだファンキーだみんな必死で俺についてこいカモン
Everything about it.
Check it out.
Did you say call me Mr. Sunshine?
Hello,
Mr. Sunshine.
I wasn't quite certain at all.
We used to play the second game has a 20-minute level. We used to play that just to kill time. Like, well, the movie's not starting for another 30 minutes. Let's do that 20-minute level.
Yeah.
Just
we love
just
Katamari.
The whole thought of like on the huge level, starting from something that's very tiny, and then like a little bit later, you're like, oh man, I remember when that thing was like so big.
I remember you when you were this big. That's
like
awesome.
one of the
Yeah, like
coolest things about it.
a game based on basically dung beetles pushing around turds.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
The best.
Dude, this game now does like carnival rides or something.
What?
Oh yeah. Well, he does parks.
The
guy that created that.
Yeah.
His passion was parks, so he like created like parks for kids.
How many was he involved in? Because isn't like Katamari Forever? He wasn't.
I think just the first two.
I don't know. I don't remember when he left. I mean, there was We Love Katamari, and then I don't know when he left.
Could they even
Used to have the
I'm pretty sure it was only two that he was a part of.
There's one called like Katamari Love, maybe.
There's Touch and Beautiful Katamari.
Touch My Katamari.
A Beautiful Katamari.
It's a terrible name, but
Kakamari. What?
Kakamari.
Yeah, I played the flip phone version of Katamari.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that one a Touch Me
Something.
Katamari? Or Touch My Katamari?
I own it. It's slow. It's very slow.
I don't think my mic's working.
Ryan, let's hear it.
Time Crisis. Oh, sorry.
What do you want me to hear or say?
Anything.
Say a game.
The Tales series.
Oh yeah.
They are Namco.
I don't know what that is.
The Tales
Tell
of
me.
Tales of Destiny, which is the de facto Tales of Symphonia, Tales of pretty much every word in the
Like
dictionary.
Tales of Zilla and stuff like that.
Yeah, Zillia,
Tales from the Crypt.
Graces.
Johnny
I have
Ketchum
all
is
that.
dead, apparently.
I think I have most of those, but I haven't played them yet.
Johnny Ketchum, are you dead?
He's typing, apparently.
Oh no, his shit's fucked.
Stop working, he says. I'll just talk as him. Hi, everybody. I'm Johnny Ketchum. How y'all doing? I'm still here. Where's he from?
He's from California.
Johnny Ketchum.
We cannot
what's
hear
going
you,
on,
Johnny
guys?
Ketchum.
What's up, guys?
That
It's Johnny.
That's so accurate. It's like he's here.
You guys want to get
That's some gnarly surf. It's California.
Oh man.
Oh, I just heard you.
Oh really?
Yep.
Hey, welcome back.
Sweet.
We were
was
just talking
super
about surfing.
California. Yeah, that sounded super accurate. That's exactly what it sounded like.
That's
And nothing
exactly.
Brought him back.
nothing like a nasally mess. It's just like this squeaky voice kid. Nothing like that.
I'm gonna go listen to Census Fail now.
Fuck no.
Fuck no. Fuck. He's got some attitude today. Fuck
I said
everything.
email earlier. Had to throw it out there.
That's not emo. That's bullshit.
Wait, are you older than like 30?
No, I am 30, but
Oh, okay.
I just do not care for any of that other bullshit. But that's because I was like, yeah, no. I mean, I grew up I grew up typical California kid, skateboarding, listening to like Sonic Youth, and like what lured me. No, actually, not Blink-182. Actually, that's the worst part about San Diego. There's many bad things about San Diego, but
that's where Spaz is from.
What's that?
This is from
Spandex?
Spaz is a band. You should listen to Spaz.
Oh yeah, Spaz.
And Spaz is not from San Diego. They are from the Bay Area. Not that anyone cared. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, San Diego has a great punk scene. I mean, you have like other bands like Swing Kids and The Locust and whatnot. 31G entirely. The Plot to Blow Up the Eiffel Tower. Jazz punk. Yeah, I'm bummed.
We used to play shows with them.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, they're super cool.
Eric, you should put on look for the Spaz song, Let's Fucking Go, and insert it right here.
Let's go. And hang on, here, this will kick us off.
That
was really punk.
That was punk.
Let's fucking go! Kick ass! Go! 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 Let's go! Let's go! 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 Is a word that defines evolution, and then no motherfuckers go! Is a foundation of our God, great image, so much more go! He can take the boy and cook, or a set for go! Not to look with my front, or 100 friends down! Let's fucking go! Come on, baby, this shit, keep me going down again, now the future don't say, you're so...
Yeah.
I can't stop.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Spaz, LeShock. Melt Banana. Katamari Damacy always reminds me about Melt Banana for some reason, even though they have nothing to do with that. It's just always, I don't know, I love Melt Banana.
Johnny Ketchum, it just warmed my heart that you knew what LeShock was.
Oh, yeah.
LeShock broke up the day before they played in DFW.
Oh, really? That sucks. LeShock's crazy. I mean, they were crazy.
I was in a very copycat band called Retro Spectro. Here they are now, Eric.
I can't wait to hear that.
Probably.
I'm probably a fan already. Fanboy here. Yeah.
Man, Eric has so much. Future Eric has so much music to find, and present Eric's like, "Fuck it, I've been drinking."
We can send it.
I'm running him down to send to you right now.
Yeah, we can send him. I feel bad because I always do that too. And
I do that too. Like I always like, oh, blah, and then when I edit, I'm like, God damn it, past Eric, you fuck. Every time.
Shit.
Fucker.
Like every Lonely Island reference. That
Yeah,
has to
exactly.
be brought up in every episode.
It's like, well, past Eric's dead now. I mean, what can I say? I'll just fucking do it.
Isn't it weird how nobody saw Pop Star Never Stop, Never Stopping?
Dude,
except for
what?
me?
That's insane. That movie's amazing.
It's so good.
That movie's amazing. Popstar, Never Stop.
Pop Star Never Stop, Never Stopping.
Never stops, never stopping. Yeah.
Lonely Island movie.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, that and Hot Rod. Awesome. Akeev has made no bad movie.
You know what's crazy?
Big
Time
Valentine's Day
Crisis.
Yeah.
Time Crisis is the best arcade shooter before the zombie games. What? I just said it.
I like Time Crisis.
How dare you?
Yeah. Come at me, zombie fans. I don't know. But basically, it's cool because you could play with a friend. You could duck behind cover and stuff with the pedal button.
When that game... When that game came out for the Saturn, I actually had my dad rent me a Sega Saturn from Blockbuster and Time Crisis just to play it with the gun. But yeah, it's not the same without the pedal.
Yeah. No, I had it on PlayStation. I had it on PlayStation. I bought it from the used game store that I worked at, and they had a used Namco gun. What the hell was it called?
Yeah.
GunCon?
GunCon.
And I bought that with Time Crisis, and me and my friend played it. They like the cable that had to plug into the back of the PlayStation. It was like a hamster had chewed on it. This used version.
Oh,
and so
God.
it was so never really reliable. It just would work half the time. We would just have to get it as straight as we could and like try and dick with the wire, and it was like fun but broken. So I have memories of that.
That sucks. Oh, also, I forgot while I was not able to speak for some reason. The guy who created Katamari, he only did the first two. Those are the only games he worked on. And then I think he had very little to do with Beautiful Katamari because he didn't. He was kind of done with it. And then you guys forgot about Point Blank.
I was about to say that next.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Point Blank.
Point Blank was rad.
Wacky.
Yeah, funny, silly
Stood up today,
shooter arcade.
I saw it till today.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Time Crisis games. Did you know you can throw your PlayStation pedal on the floor and use that as the pedal?
What? No.
If you're wearing like a socked foot, you can put it in a setting in the options menu, and use that to duck behind things.
Socked foot.
That's pretty awesome.
Don't put a nude foot on there. That's how you get athlete's toe or athlete's thumb when you play it later. But Point Blank was fun too because you got to play as Bert and Ernie.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's
what
the
they look
best
like.
part.
Yeah, I never played that.
That is the only good part.
Rubber
That's
ducky.
Bust out your CRTs and get to shooting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
CRTs, if you please.
Speaking of shooter games, I looked this up today. I never heard of it. There is a Namco arcade game that was the first game that had like little guns on the outside called Golly Ghosts.
That sounds awesome.
Just encourage anyone listening to that, just look at the gameplay of that. It looks so fucking cool. It's like Ghostbusters. You're just looking at it, the inside of a house, like the living room, bedroom, and the oh man, no one picked up that reference. That's fine. Living room, bedroom. It's
got a living room, bedroom.
It's just like a mini mall, you see.
No idea.
Nobody.
It's just like
God. Okay.
What is it? Mallrats?
Putting it on the list. There's a commercial, like one of those locally made commercials that was a big viral hit where guys like talking about this, like his store. It's like something's a flea market.
Yeah,
it's just like a mini mall.
Living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes. Oh yeah, you can find them at the market. We talking about flea market. Montgomery, it's just like a mini mall. Oh yeah, come shop with us. I said flea market. Montgomery, it's just like a mini mall. Hey hey, living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes. We got it. It's just like a mini mall.
That's right.
That's pretty funny.
Now that calls for Sam 76.
Nice. It's beer 30.
You better get your truck and get on down there, buddy.
Eric, yeah, it's like you see like the front of a house. It's a living room, bedroom, like kitchen, bathroom, and the ghosts just like transfer from one furniture item to another, and you just shoot them. It looks so cool, but the house looks realistic, and the ghosts are really like cartoony looking in this very realistic looking house.
How about Namco Museum? Man, that's a great series, and it has great information. You can walk through the museum and you can play all the games. They even have like original flyers and all that material. It's so great.
The original compilation.
Like people who are interested in retro games, get the Namco series. It's so dope. You can go back in time and look at the original stuff.
Yeah, and it looks nice because it just looks classy.
Walk around as Pac-Man.
It's almost like it's a museum.
Pac-Man. It's a real blocky museum.
It's a real mini mall. Sorry, it's just like a mini mall.
Yeah, those are good games, but very expensive. The ones was it 2 and 5, 2, 4, and 5, very pricey. Why they did greatest hits collections for 1 and 3, and that's it.
That's so fucked up.
You guys probably know this, but if you have the classic non-greatest collection edition ones on the side, it's got an N, an A, and M. You know, it'll spell out Namco if you have the original 5. It's pretty dope.
Yeah,
I knew I had to have them.
100%.
Yeah, we talked about Tekken. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, Mr. Driller.
Was next on my list after Soul Edge Cal.
No. Oh yeah, Soul Calibur and we talked about it, but Mr. Driller, we've talked about that too, but
I don't think we did on this podcast.
No, we talked about it on the Puzzler podcast.
Oh, totally. I love Mr. Driller. It's so good.
So fun. It's so cute.
Yeah.
I love his colors.
The first time I ever played it was on Dreamcast.
Yeah, me too.
Driller Spirits, which second level is, I still haven't got past the second level. I played it on like a 2-hour long car ride, and I played the game for like an hour and a half and still couldn't get past the second level.
Oh, man.
So they have that at this arcade by my house, Akihabara. They have the actual like Japanese sit-down arcade game.
Oh, yeah.
It's so great.
Ooh, baby.
I want to go there.
You come back to Colorado, Johnny, catch them. Akihabara, you would dig it.
Yeah, it looks fun. I wish it was all smoky too, even though I don't smoke anymore. Just be like,
authentic Japanese experience.
Yeah, exactly. I need it. I need that secondhand smoke to kill me.
Time for that one.
Yeah.
Or to Japan.
Wait, we gotta go back to.
Oh, remember? I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice that.
I'm back in time. If I were editing this, I would painstakingly put back in time every single time.
Not I, said the cat. God, I don't even know if I'm going to have enough room for this podcast. So on that note, Soul Calibur's great. That was the first game that got me drunk because me and my friends, I was like, no, I'm not going to drink. And they're like, well, if I beat you in Soul Calibur, I'm like, I'm good at Soul Calibur. You beat me. And then I got drunk at the end.
Well, if the soul still burns.
The soul still burns, burn maybe too much. How about Taiko no Tatsujin or Taiko Drummer, the rhythm game?
Ding a ding dong, ding a ding ding dong, ding a ding dong, ding a ding ding dong, ding a ding dong, ding a ding ding dong, ding a ding dong, ding a ding ding dong, ding a ding dong, ding a ding ding dong, ding a ding dong, ding a ding ding dong, ding a ding dong, ding a ding ding dong, ding a ding dong, ding a ding ding dong.
That's pretty awesome. I
So
love
awesome.
rhythm games.
Yeah,
I let
it's
someone
a
borrow
great
that,
arcade
and then
game.
they gave it to somebody else as a birthday present.
Oh, that's messed up. Holy shit.
That's like more than messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, happy birthday! Something I borrowed. God damn.
He won't fucking know.
I'd be furious. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. That's really fucked up. They had that on PS2, and you could actually have like an at-home taiko drum.
Yeah,
It's
a
pretty
little
fun.
drum. It was like a little bongo drum.
I have that. I dig it.
I like it a lot. Is what that just sounded like.
It kind of did. Someone else talk. I said like 3 in a row.
Oh, I remember I got a story about Mr. Driller, and it was the last time. It was the only thing I remember from the last podcast that we recorded and didn't come out. And so you talk about Mr. Driller, and I said that I had never played it, and Andrew shouted obscenities at me, and
Sounds about right.
Yeah, he would do that.
So, and to this day, I've still never played it.
You fuck.
That's some bullshit.
You fuck you. Oh wait, now I'm channeling Johnny Ketchum. My bad. I was trying to do Andrew, but that was Johnny. You should play it. It's a fun game.
I should. I mean, it's on the list that's 100 billion miles long.
Yeah, I understand. I totally get it. Hey, if you like puzzle games, you should make that the top of your list for puzzle games because it's so good. It's like a totally unconventional puzzle game. Like you're just digging down and down and down. But if you don't think about the placement of the different colored blocks or whatever, you will totally get squished in no time.
Will die in the most adorable way.
Yeah, but still kind of horrifying,
The
Like if you're
It
claustrophobic. If you think about it, it's like, oh.
It is. It's so terrible.
I mean, you never feel angry playing it, except at yourself, because it's always your fault whenever you
fucked up.
Yeah.
Just like we
Don't
talked
you
about
hate
Pocket Bomberman, same thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
yeah.
So good. Hey, there was a Mario Kart arcade.
Yeah,
Mario
that's
Kart Arcade
Namco.
GP, co-produced with
Have you played
Nintendo, but that's a Namco game technically. Yeah, I played it. It's
Very
fucking
good.
awesome.
Yes.
In the arcade.
I didn't
Love
like
that
it.
game.
I hated it. I thought it was stupid.
I hate you. I hated it. I thought it was stupid.
It's down
You
in
just love it.
Oklahoma somewhere.
That game was stupid.
Gone.
Stupid.
Garbage.
Boy,
Boy. Is that the start of a Christopher Walken?
Garbage.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish I had Brandon, my coworker Brandon on the podcast. We'll talk about him later, but he thinks he can do Christopher Walken. He does like JFK. It's the worst Christopher Walken impression. And he's like, "Who do you think you are?" I'm like, that's not Christopher Walken at all. Now Andrew does a good Christopher Walken. Brandon does a dunce Christopher Walken. Love you,
Andrew
Brandon.
does a very good Jason Mantzoukas impression.
Yeah, he does. All you have to do is talk,
Brandon is the worst.
He's pretty much the worst. Do you know that there's Mario Superstar Baseball for Nintendo? Somehow that was a Namco game.
That's fine.
What?
Yep.
It's not.
That's
There was like
crazy.
those weird like Mario sports games on Wii and stuff like
Right.
Tennis.
that. That was
What
Oh,
that
those
is.
are all Namco.
I don't know
Okay.
that they all are, but I know Mario Superstar Baseball is.
I see.
Swords.
Namco did do a lot of sports games, like a lot of tennis and baseball games, mostly.
They're no Madden.
They're no Madden, of course not. They didn't even touch the real sport. Didn't even
Oh.
touch a real sport ball.
Namco made a baseball game based off that Yokai Dashuki game. It was
Yeah.
like a little Demon Boy baseball game.
Yeah.
that they made. Completely changing gears, I should mention this is remember how Namco had beef with Nintendo and they released their own games under the Tenjin label and then just sent all their shit to Sega, and that's why there's no Namco anything on Super Nintendo.
Right.
Good call.
Yeah. That's crazy. I didn't even.
Very important. I did not.
I didn't realize it, but now that you say it, I totally knew that.
And then Namco had to have Nintendo help them out of a jam. Even though, well, you had Budokai that came out in the early 2000s. Dragon Ball Budokai, which is Namco-Bandai.
GameCube.
Yeah.
Likes.
GameCube. What's that?
On GameCube and the likes.
Whoa, we just channeled Master P. Na 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 na. Sorry.
Who
Master P, it sounds like we should be wrapping up.
Yeah, pretty much. So, Air or Ace Combat Series, Flight Simulator.
Fuck those games.
Okay. Katamari Damacy, love them, love the music. Shin Megami Tensei series.
Someone being haunted right now?
Yeah, that was really haunting.
Sorry.
Edgy RPGs, I farted. Clano, we talked about Retro Game Challenge, but that was listed as Indie Zero.
That game's great. Yeah.
And as you had mentioned, Tales series and Xenosaga RPG-tastic. Okay. Anyone else have any Namco thoughts before we pin a pin in it?
Hits. Starting. Let's start with you, Eric. What's your Namco hits? Actually, go to your hits, or do you want to do your question time first?
I think we got to do question time, and then we'll kind of come to the hits. I think.
I'm taking charge.
Wait, what?
Taking up.
It's vacation.
No. Wait, we got to go back in time? I don't know. No, we got to go question time. Question time. It's not a rhyme. It's question time. Okay, guys, we got question time. I got to bring up question time. Here it is. Remember February 11th, 2017? My Word document does.
Perfect.
We got Alucard's Quest. He says, have you seen the Game Chasers Christmas Robotica video? Epic. All right, here it is.
3 sexual robots in the quantum void. I've got a gift for you. 3 sexual robots in the quantum void. Sexual robots in the quantum void. Gather round, it's Christmas time. 3 sexual robots in the quantum void. Gather round, it's Christmas time. 3 sexual robots in the quantum void. Gather round, it's Christmas time. 3 sexual robots in the quantum void. Gather round, it's Christmas time.
I watched it today. It's fucking weird.
Dude, it's so fun.
I love the Game Chasers. That is so crazy and random. He said, by the way, Super Mario 3 is better than Super Mario World. That's my best friend. Yep.
No.
Goodbye.
No.
That's the end. No, he said it, so it's accurate. The end.
Wow.
I'm wearing a Super Mario World shirt right now. We'll throw down.
I just bought one, actually. I love Super Mario World. I love it.
I feel assaulted.
Yeah, 2 peanuts were walking down the street. One was assaulted. Rickety Rack said, "Can Ian chime in and describe why he likes Mappy so dang much?" But I don't think he ever did. And then he mentioned, be sure to mention the awesome Famicom. Yep, there it is. Namco games, how they came in the awesome cases and how they were hard or too expensive to find. We did talk about that.
Such a stranger then.
Who was that? We got Tim Johnson at Tim A. Johnson. I work at a retro game store today. Oh, I'm sorry, retro game store. And today, prices for consoles went through the roof. $80 for a Nintendo 64. What the fuck, man? Why? LOL. Well, I have an answer for you. Even though that was back in 2017, that's because of my recent Mystical Ninja Starring Goemon review. Just kidding. Anyone have an idea why Nintendo 64 just went up to $80 a year ago? I have no idea.
That's what people will pay for them.
No, this year
retro
was
stuff,
like,
you know.
Was a recent Christmas. It was a high.
64 is a terrible system.
Okay, I think we lost DavoBanjo. How do I kick him out of the
I think it's because those kids are getting older and they're like, oh, I want to go back and play that. Kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
The people of.
I want to play a terrible game. Let me get a Nintendo 64.
Man, how do I kick him out, guys? Discord.
You right click and
eject. Yeah, so nostalgia for younger people.
Yep,
that makes sense.
I'm young.
Yeah, I can tell. Julio, 1990.
It makes 1990 makes me sound younger than I am. It's because it's the year.
Tiny fart noises on purpose, or is that an accidental thing?
Oh, shit.
Oh, that was my chair, I think.
That was what happened to me earlier, by the way, guys. That was my chair. My chair creaked a little bit. Like my chair creaked, and then I was like, whoa, and then I farted. Okay. Anyone else want to weigh in on that Nintendo 64 thing? All right. We got... What?
Oh, nothing. I Nothing.
Sorry. February 10th. So we're back to today finally. So Dustman B _ B. Generic question. What's your guys' favorite Namco console and arcade title? So I actually had time to look this over. So I've got an answer. I'll go first since I know what I got. So for me, it's hard because there's so many great ones, but I'm going to say on console, Katamari Damacy. I love that.
Yeah.
It's so damn good. And then arcade, this is also really hard, but I'm going to say 4-player Pac-Man is just like probably the most fun I've had playing with people. I love, Taiko Drummer, but 4-player Pac-Man, I'm going to go with that. What do you say, Rickety Rick?
Oh man, I'm trying to think of games I could go back to really anytime, and I guess I'd say the Katamari. Actually, specifically, we love Katamari because that's the one I play all the time. But like currently, I can't think of anything that I would go back to all the time. I've been playing a lot of Mr. Driller on the 3DS, so I guess I don't pick favies really. I play those a lot. Boom. And at the arcade, Namco games, I play. Boom. But at the arcade, if I see Rolling Thunder, I always play it for a long period of time at arcades.
Cool. Ryan?
Console, definitely Katamari. It's just the best.
Yeah.
And arcade, probably go with Galaga.
Good choice. Johnny, catch them.
I'll have to go with Rick and say I agree. Heart Katamari is the best Katamari.
It's We Heart Katamari.
Yeah.
It is.
I just between just the better feeling of it, I guess, the gameplay just feels better. The music is just a little better. That opening was like my ringtone for years. I love that opening track. Not the original, or not the like big what is it called? The
Mr. Sunshine.
No, yeah, not that, but the little like overture that plays. It's like a piano overture that plays before you hit press start. But anyway, so yeah, we heart Katamari for sure on a console, even though I love Tekken 3, but Tekken is best in the arcade.
Oh, you still won. You still made it
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. So Tekken 3, or I would say Tekken 3 in the arcade, or Tekken Tag. I can go with either or, but Tekken 3 is probably what I would gravitate towards.
Cool. How about you, DavoBanjo?
Let's see. Console, I'm going to go with Splatterhouse, just to be different, I guess. I do like Katamari, though.
Get loud.
But yeah, Splatterhouse. And then arcade, I'm going to say Pac-Mania.
Oh,
Just
definitely
because
off the beaten path there.
just whenever we went out to Showbiz or Chuck E. Cheese or whatever, that would always be the first game I'd always go to. I don't know why. But I think because I really like the music on it and stuff. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just different.
That's a good game, Pac-Mania, even though no one else agrees, but I agree. And then the final question that I found, I don't know if you guys got anything else, but I got one. It's from Coop. at Koopsta36. And this is Brandon, my coworker Brandon. Question got the podcast. I think he meant to say 4 because he's a dunce. Why is Goemon 047 not good? So I was born this way. That's my answer. What do you got? We'll just go around the room and find out why I'm not good. Rick, why am I not good?
That hair, baby.
Is that hair? That was easy for you. Ryan, why am I not good?
I was gonna say the hair, but it's the hair. It's just okay.
Shit.
That's gonna have to spike it.
So I buzzed my head at one point. You know, Bogdan Rogzinski, my favorite musician ever, who I got to meet this last December. I was like, oh, I could shave my head like that, and I totally did. And then my mom was like, and this is my mom, by the way, who loves me, you know, unconditionally. She was like, you know, you have kind of a weird shaped head, so maybe you shouldn't shave. Not in those words exactly, but basically what she said. Johnny, why am I not good?
Oh man, you know,
I'm not good. You got to find out why, though.
I know you're not good. It's the farts. It's the farts.
I did. That was really bad. I'm sorry about it. DavoBanjo.
Why are you not good?
Yep.
Because you think Super Mario Brothers 3 is better than Super Mario World.
Very good answer. Goddamn, I'm not good. Oh, shit.
By the way, Eric, I don't know if you picked up. I never thought there was anything wrong with your hair. It's just a very random thing that I said.
I actually appreciate it, and I think it's funny, and it's also probably not.
Oh no, I'm extremely funny.
And you're the most humble.
I'm so humble. A song from Popstar Never Stop Never Stopping. Eric, why haven't you seen that?
Yeah, you really do need to see that. It's the Lonely Island movie.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, so
you gotta see it.
You actually missed a question.
Yes, please.
It's to me, it looks like. I don't know who this guy is. Josh Adams at Kayo Nagato. With the bad reception of minimal sales of Splatterhouse 2010, do you guys think there will ever be a chance the series will return? Probably. They always bring shit back.
Yep. Pretty much, and also like they're just about to make a Duke Nukem movie, for goodness sake. So if that can happen, then certainly they can do another Splatterhouse video game.
Is there that much demand for it though?
I wonder.
So that's the only thing that I feel like would stop it from happening is the demand for it. I don't think is as high as it was in 2010.
Yeah,
I don't know the numbers,
base.
but like surely it did better than the newer Duke Nukem game.
Oh, well,
or at least was ranked better.
yeah, absolutely.
Side-scrolling levels in Splatterhouse 2010 are pretty cool. There's so many cool things about that game. It ends stupidly. It thrives. Like the guy who's the voice of the Tasmanian Devil. I should know this dude's name. He was also the voice of Cow and Chicken. He was the voice of the Mask. But it just is like, you know, there's a whole bit about like our we all fucking use them, but like it's a cheap shot to use and something to try to like make something sound cooler or funnier. That's what that game does with the Mask. He's like, fuck Rick, kill that fucking guy.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many corny, stupid things in that game. It's also is real dumb. It's just, but the game
it's just stupid fun. It's like, what was that one game that came out? Like Shadow of the Damned or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, as far as that's kind of what I've seen, and I've played Shadow of the Damned, and it seems like Splatterhouse is fairly similar to that kind of. I mean, you have a weapon or inanimate object talking to you and cracking jokes.
That's right.
Yeah, very dumb jokes.
Yeah, very stupid innuendos and whatnot.
Yeah, it'll probably come back, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Then
one of these days. Pow! Right in the console.
Pow.
Anybody? Were there any other questions?
Yeah, there's 2 more, but baby, I gotta stop saying
baby.
My friend Christopher Butcher asks, "Is Bloodborne the Dark Souls of Demon Souls?" And then he followed up with says, "Never mind, that didn't make never mind, they didn't make Bloodborne."
Namco.
I don't know what any of those references.
Oh well,
blood.
They didn't make them, but didn't they like publish them or something? Namco did. Like Namco-Bandai published.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they definitely did not have any work on them. But yeah, the Namco-Bandai logo is very big and aggressive.
They're just taking credit for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that second question, baby?
My friend Nolan Tabner, who's also a Yokoi kid.
Cool.
If you had to pick a character from a Namco franchise to get tattooed on your body, what would you pick, excluding Pac-Man and any members of his family?
Blanky.
I would. Oh, Blanky. That's from the family.
That isn't his family? It's a fucking ghost.
I'm pretty sure that's what's implied there.
I
No
get you.
Pac-Man.
No Pac-Man. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Actually,
I'd do the king from Katamari Damacy.
That'd be cool. I actually
The big ass
contemplated
like
Mr.
rainbow
Driller.
A giant back piece, the naked picture Jennifer from Splatterhouse.
I gotta play that
I don't
later.
know. It would probably, if I had to do anything, it would probably be a Mr. Driller or a Dig Dug.
That's cool.
Yeah, I actually contemplated getting a Mr. Driller tattoo a while
I'd
back.
get like a Mr. Driller tramp stamp. It's like he's
like he's digging to that brown eye.
Don't keep digging. It's a trap. Sorry.
Do like a mask, Rick's mask.
That'd be pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah. They'd be like,
Wearing
"Oh,
a
dude,
key."
cool Friday the 13th tattoo, man."
You're like, get the fuck off this podcast.
Get the fuck out of here.
You just tear your skin from your arm. Fuck this tattoo.
Yeah.
So negative.
Oh, yeah, Funko Pop Toys, this place I used to work at, and it was Beetlejuice. And this younger girl came in. She's like, "Whoa, where'd you get that zombie Joker?"
That zombie Joker.
Zombie Joker.
Did you guys? Okay, off topic a little, but
we never do
just
that.
recently. Yeah, just recently, I saw an article saying that Tommy Wiseau wants to be the new Joker. Opinions?
I'd be good. He'd be good for it because he's so good.
Man, what are you doing, Batman? Come over here.
It's just like so crazy that he would just pull it off naturally. Like they would just take his.
I think I agree.
Take his first take from anything, and then it would be like, there you go.
Even his death could be the same as it is in the room. Just like, God, forgive me. Like, why do you do this to me, Batman? You're lying.
I never hit you, Batman. I did not. Wait, that was Arnold Schwarzenegger. All right. Was there any more
I
question
hate
time?
you. I'm fed up with this world.
It's the feel of question time.
Wait, what?
I think that's it for questioning. Actually, did everyone say their tattoo they would get? I think we missed somebody.
Oh,
Davo.
I was thinking Dig Dug too, but
Banjo.
Nice.
You got a tattoo of Dig Dug too, like the cartridge cover.
We can get radical friend tattoos.
His hoe's gonna be going to my balls or something like that.
Boom.
It's like they're chopping off pieces of land, and like
I wanna
the
get-
piece that falls off, it just shows your internal organs.
If I got a Dig Dug tattoo, I'd get like the dragon, like almost blowing up all fat.
Yeah.
Just like about when it's fat, about to blow up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like cool. It's like, damn, he's about to die. But
Oh yeah, I get the dragon where he's like in the dirt and you can just see his eyes and his smile.
Yeah.
It's creepy as
I
hell.
hate Funko Pop Toys, but they recently did come out with some Dig Dug ones.
Yeah.
I have 2 of them. I have 3. But,
Awesome. I dig it.
I did.
I didn't even mean to do that, you guys.
Ba-dum-bum.
All right, that's a good time to stop the podcast.
Yeah, that is it.
Oh wait, sorry. You mean we got to go back?
Hot picks. We got to go back in time.
Back in
Fuck
time.
it, we got to go back. Hey,
o'clock in the morning here.
this has been a podcast, and thanks for being on it.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Goodbye, everybody.
Most
Thank
awkward
you.
end ever. Sorry.
Bye, everybody.
Sorry for it.
Bye.
Everybody.
Bye.
See ya.
And that's the end of the podcast.
Everybody.
Sorry about it.
Sucks. Goodbye.
And scene.
Scene. Very
Oh,
good
man.
job, everybody. You did it.
Good job. Sorry I kept you up so late.
That was awful.
I gotta do it. Play Kendo Rage tomorrow on Runtime. If you guys are familiar with that game.
Nope.
Yeah.
I don't know what'll happen.
Kendo Rage is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely check out Box Brown. He's done. If you guys read comics, really good.
Sorry.
Biography. 3 really good biography comics about things you guys probably like.
Nice.
And he's a cool dude.
Cool.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being on, everybody. Sorry for the troubles.
That's no trouble.
I got a nice
Always a good time.
DavoBanjo, if you're driving 2 hours north, I'm tabling at a Zine Fest in Fort Worth on March 3rd.
Oh, nice. Cool.
You say you live in Fort Worth?
I live in Bloomington, Indiana now.
Yeah. Just a little ways away.
Yeah, no, and I'm gonna be in Fort Worth March 3rd.
Okay.
Sweet.
I just put out a zine about Ernest P. Worrell.
Ernest P. Worrell.
Oh, sweet.
That's a hot seller.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I love me some Ernest back in the day for sure.
Ernest?
Yeah.
Ernest movie that's like straight to video is probably my favorite Ernest movie.
What movie?
Which one?
Strikes Again. It was, well, actually, it wasn't straight to video. It played in theaters to very small audiences, and then went to videos therefore after.
That's crazy. That's funny.
Good.
Ernest goes to fucking prison, bro.
Jail, baby.
Sorry. When I talked to I was saying that and aggressively petting my cat. When I aggressively like pet the shit out of her, just like annoy the shit out of her, I have to be real aggressive and just like fucking sports, bro.
Yeah, you've been very aggressive tonight. This is not the.
It's all the
Johnny Cash that I'm
Madden.
used to.
It's all the Madden. I'm sorry.
I don't like you on Madden.
I learned it from you. Oh.
Cool. Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks.
If you guys wanna play the Game Boy game Quirk, and then send me your thoughts on it. I will be posted on the Yokoi Kids collective thing, and then you are then a collective member of Yokoi Kids.
You're a member.
Sweet. I want to be a member. Oh yeah, I guess I should say the same as somewhat. You guys are all invited to play Shadow of the Colossus with us and talk about it. Talk about it like a book club.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it.
Means you get to pick I think the game for June if we're still doing that in there. So you pick for Game Boy thing.
Final Fantasy
Awesome.
3.
It's a good puzzle game, Quirk.
I don't like it. I don't think I like it.
Uh-oh.
I told Ian that and he got kind of mad at me, but
Oh, did Ian pick it?
I'm not a fan of it. I don't think it's too tiny.
Oh, Ian picked it. Was that an Ian pick?
An Ian pick. Yeah, well, it's basically it rotates. It rotates by seniority of what you submitted. So you're maybe the. Yeah, you. I think you picked May actually. I think May might be your month, Eric.
Yay. Well, it's gonna be Pokemon. We'll have to go through all the way through that.
What's the longest game?
Yeah. Just kidding.
Oh man.
Be like something that's cheap.
Yeah. Cheap and short. Like
all right.
All right.
Can we address Johnny Ketchum's weird rolly sound that's happening again?
Oh, is it?
Did a lot of little.
Yeah, it is become your mic, Johnny, because it does sound like a scraping or something. Yeah, that right there.
Is it okay?
It's like you're doing it on purpose.
Okay, it sounds fine right now.
Okay.
Don't breathe.
Don't breathe.
Don't blink. Don't do
Um,
nothing. But yeah,
Is it still doing it?
No.
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 I think we're good.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
yes.
Dude,
So you still got that weird scratchy thing going on.
I'm sorry.
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 What did you say, Rick? It's all good.
Oh, it doesn't. Hold on. Wait for my thing to reconnect. It's fuzzy. There it is. Hi.
Hello.
I'm Rick. Hi, everybody. Here's my comment to you guys. I listened to the podcast about Mother series. Person who has played Mother 1 and then Mother 2, and I've attempted to play Mother 3 in that order. I've done that.
I played 2 back when it came out, and then 1 on an emulator in like 2000.
Yeah, but I played them in actual order.
Yeah.
I need to do that. I've only played 2.
Hello?
Hello?
There it is.
Oh, you can hear me?
There it is.
Jesus, that's so weird. Like, okay, anyway, it's working.
That kept
How's it going?
happening.
Sorry. I've been trying like mad to get it to work.
I don't know about anybody else, but you're kind of loud.
He's always loud.
Let me try to. Oh, fuck you. Hold on a second, let me try to- All right, let me try and get my mic to sound.
Ooh, you went a little robotic there.
Okay, is that good?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds
Crazy
about
loud
like it
or?
always has. Yeah, it's a little loud, I think.
Okay, let me turn my gain all the way off.
Well, he's
Why
the
don't you
host,
just
so he has to be the loudest.
Okay, gain is off. How does that sound?
Sounds the
Eric
same.
is the star of the show.
That is true. Eric, turn your stuff up.
Can you hear me?
Way up.
All right, am I too loud still?
You sound the same to me. You sound like you're in a bathroom, actually.
He is in the bathroom.
You doing this podcast on the toilet, so you don't have to worry about getting up.
He did that one video on the toilet.
Which one? I do all of them.
All of them.
Do I really sound like I'm on a toilet? I really sound like I'm in the bathroom.
You kind of do.
It's a bit echoey though. That's what
I'm in the living room. I usually.
He has no furniture in it.
It's pretty vacant.
Put up
Johnny Ketchum, do you exist? We still don't have Johnny Ketchum.
Oh, is it not working still?
There he is.
Oh, it sounded good.
You sound wonderful. You are very loud though.
Sounding
my friend.
lit, fam.
I'm sorry, my future friend.
Oh, hey, that's a throwback to that last episode. I don't know if you.
Let's not talk about the boys.
Okay, goodbye.
We're talking about the friends right now.
There's the boys, and then there's the friends, and then there's the boyfriends. You know.
Oh, the boyfriend.
Ease up.
Friends who are boys.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's so
Who is-
loud.
Loud. You have a saucy voice on this. That's a very loud mic. A very professional sounding loud mic. You sound like the star of the show because that sounds like very crisp.
That's
a very
too good.
mic you
I
got.
can't.
Yeah.
Good. Can you speak into a tin can, please? So
All right, do onboard laptop audio.
Are you a voice actor?
I could go downstairs.
People get really stoked on the Mother 2 soundtrack. I think it is very the Mother 1 soundtrack. Harsh opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like it, but I'm not like, oh, it's the best. I mean, it's good, but all the songs sound like the Beatles, so.
All the songs from the first one are actually they actually get stuck in my head, and I can't really. The only song that I really remember from Earthbound is first track. I never played any of those as a young man. None of the songs from Earthbound really stick out much to me, except for like the first track when you're walking around.
Oh yeah, I did like the every time you got one of the Stones or whatever, and they would play that melody. I like that song a lot.
That's a good one. Some of those
They did like
ballads are awesome.
There's like a music video of that song. I thought
there is a music video, but I think it's a music video from, isn't it Pollyanna? But it's like Earthbound.
Can't remember. I have to go back and look. It's been a few years.
It's a good quality flow animation. I made a big old list.
Some stuff
Oh,
down.
Dave, what happens in Waco? What did I miss?
Nothing. It's pretty boring. Pretty boring.
I've booked like punk rock shows live in Fort Worth, and we had one band ever come from Waco, and they're a very Christian heavy rock band, and that's the only band we've had come from Waco.
That was weird.
like a.
You missed the Twin Peaks shooting. That was pretty big, I guess.
Twin Peaks kicks ass.
Yeah.
David Lauer right now knows some of the dudes from Twin Peaks, and I walked into this diner I used to work in with my friend who's never seen it. My
Right.
friend David came up to me and said, "Hey, so you must have saw Cool seeing Deputy Andy there." I was like, "What are you talking about, man?" He's like, "He heard you guys talking about Twin Peaks. He was sitting right there." What the fuck?
Andy Bernard.
How do I sound?
You sound okay.
Sound
Okay.
perfect.
Oh, hey, I like perfect. Okay, let's go with perfect.
Dang.
Got a
Is
little
everybody
boomy.
present accounted for and got their mic sounding nice?
Ketchup's very quiet.
Ketchup.
Didn't he say he
Oh,
was
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
have
to
to-
get something? Somebody was saying something about this podcast starting on time, but started laughing.
Oh, yeah. Somebody was saying something about not being on the podcast anymore. I think someone just off the podcast. So Johnny Ketchum got himself kicked off earlier, and now.
Oh, was that Brandon that asked like why is Goemon not good or whatever?
Yeah.
I may be not good, but he's the worst.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Assuming you want to cover that question.
Totally. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a great question.
Still too loud.
There you go.
It's too professional.
Too professional.
Very
Your
crisp.
mic sounds too nice.
You go like rub it in the dirt a little bit outside.
Let's have a roll call really quick. So me
and me.
It's me, Andrew.
It's me, Ian.
Honey?
Is it?
Yeah.
It's like the voice of God.
Right, you know, maybe I'll just move over to my phone.
I think it's good. It's just
It's good. It's just so extremely loud. Do you have a volume knob on there? The input knob, like the gain knob. Can you turn that down?
Sounds like a nice mic, surely.
When I turn it down, it
Cuts.
Yeah, it works.
Eric's all muted, like audio, mic, everything.
I think we gave him too hard of a time of starting this thing on time.
Have
make sure it was recording properly.
Probably.
Robot must be. He got some internet shenanigans going on there.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Fuck. Let me know if I sound like a turd.
It's very off and on. You were like, let me know if I sound like a turd. You doing any like pirating?
Yes.
Downloading some movies or?
No, but let me close everything else.
You're running your internet through a potato. I was gonna go to my work and record this because I have like a full fiber connection to myself and a nice ass mic, but it iced here, so I'm not driving.
I'm trying to mic your ass, so this will...
Oh my god.
Hey, does my shit work now?
Sounds great.
What is RTC disconnect?
Real time clock? Is it the
still too loud.
kind of loud?
It sounds good to me, but
You're too loud than too quiet, I always say.
So I don't know what I sound like. I'm assuming great.
Yeah.
you're a little quiet on my end.
Yours sounds great.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it is
Thanks,
a little
guys.
quiet, but it sounds great.
Okay.
I think we should just stop here, man. This has been great.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
this
And
has
that was
been a good
episode 28.
podcast.
I've been recording this whole part too, so you'll have a bunch of
Alright, perfect.
funness. You do
I bet
harmonies.
I sound like I'm in a bathtub, apparently.
I can turn myself up a little more.
That's better.
My face, my face is really up close to it.
Oh.
He's making out with it.
You put it in your mouth, that'd be good.
Oh, yeah, go for that.
My.
This is the muffled.
That sounds awesome.
Hello.
Hello.
Is that any better?
I think so.
Still so loud.
Really loud.
He's just a naturally loud person. He's just gotta.
Are you in a sound booth?
Can
No.
you please whisper?
I think you sound good,
Okay.
personally. You guys are all in the green, so.
He's a mouth breather.
Be able to hear you think.
Just cast again.
And that's a cast.
All right. I guess are you guys ready to pet it, or do we need to do more adjusting?
DavoBanjo and Johnny
What's
Ketchum.
up?
You see, and then Johnny Ketchum, and we'll see if that is too much of an abrupt.
Who's interrupting who?
Who's interrupting who? Hey, I'm talking.
Hey, shut up.
What's up?
Trying to talk.
Is it like
Shut up.
alternating?
I know. I can't really. I feel. I don't know.
I think it may work. I have to put my my face right up to the mic for you guys to hear me as loud as you want to.
I hope the mic smells nice.
My mic is nice.
All right. Are we gonna pay out it?
Let's put it.
Hey, if at any point anybody cuts out, just cut them off and tell them their shit's fucked.
Cut
no
it
need
out.
to be nice. Why
Turn
did
up
I
that
cut out?
sensitivity.
It's Discord being all good and then bad.
Great albums like the Minor Threat discography and the second Bad Brains and just bullshit.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Got
that.
More of a Fugazi fan.
You got a Fugazi fan? Yeah.
I'm
Fugazi, Right to Spring.
That's a Discord band.
Yeah,
This band, they're starting to play shows again.
I know. All those bands are, man. It's true. What, Misfits are playing a show in New York soon?
Yeah, I don't need that.
Original Misfits? Stupid.
I'm fine without that in my life.
Yeah. They played Riot Fest in Denver.
You join Let's
What's
Get
that?
Punkcast. It's all punk all the time.
Yeah, here we go. Hey. Cliff Clavin. All right.
All right. I'm gonna try to start it. I'm gonna try to.
Alrighty.
Everyone, stop me if I'm turds.
Again. Okay.
Yeah, it entirely was. It was a bunch of farts.
All right, let me work on my mic sounds.
Your
It's not
mic
your
ain't
mic.
nice.
I think it's record this fucking shit. Round 2, right? Remember we all did this last year? Fuck. What a weird day that was.
I barely remember it.
That I completely.
And
I remember talking about Tekken. That's what I'll talk about. Man, I didn't do any research this time. We already did this.
We never do research. What are you talking about?
Dig Dug and Tekken. That's
Tried
the cast.
And Pac-Man.
Dude.
Yeah. I hear a hissing sound though.
Yeah, I hear that hissing too.
Is it a snake?
There it is.
Snake.
I got a snake, man.
There's a snake in my boot.
Yes, it's
There's a snake in my boot. Who did the Wizard and Warriors podcast? Was that who? Was that Ryan?
I did.
No.
Okay, I still need to listen to that, but I played Wizards and Warriors lately. It was pretty good. I like it. The first one.
Iron Sword.
I played the first one for a
music.
little while. The second one's like completely different.
Can't resist that Fabio.
It's pretty much the same. It's a lot of the same.
We have shops and everything, and the guy looks all different, and I don't know.
Yeah, Fabio.
It's probably more or less the same, but there's a few changes. I haven't touched the third one yet.
Third one's weird. It's like almost like an open world game.
Huh.
It's like a Metroid style game.
Well, I started playing the first one because I was watching.
Baby.
Whoa.
There's a,
You can hear me?
Here's an Eric. Yep.
Hey, okay.
Thank
I'm gonna
Christ.
start.
Okay.
Podcast episode, whatever this one is.
You might as well just do that. Okay, let's just have you
There
do
we
it.
go.
I'll just sit here and drink beer.
We
Okay, are we good?
good.
All right, I'm gonna just start it up. 'Cause shit is fucking bananas.
Start it up.
I apologize. All right, here we go.
Hissing.
Welcome to Let's Get Crapcast. Hold on, let me try again. All right. And 3, 2, 1.
Alrighty, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right. See you
I'll
guys.
talk
Have
to
a
you
lovely
later.
evening.
Good
Thanks,
night.
guys.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Pieces. See ya.
Dog that just showed up.
Yeah, fucking dog here.
I'm just gonna hang out till everyone else leaves.
Okay. Oh man, no, you hang up. I already stopped recording, but
No, you hang up.
Oh, stop it.
Hold on.
All right.
I got DVDs at Degrassi Junior High. We're gonna stay up all night, baby.
Nice.
All right. See you guys later.
See you guys.
Bye.
Good night.
Yum yum.